Yeah. Yes.
All right, go for it, Mars.
Hi.
The following podcast contains naughty language and ridiculous situations. Listener discretion is advised.
Hi. My name is Dynamo Mars. You might know me from such films as Monster Zero Loves Dynamo and Dynamo Loves Monster Zero and Monster Zero DSL's Tokyo SOS. Tonight, we have a fantastic show, but you guys won't be able to hear it live because Jesus hates us. And maybe my cancer is catchy. But we'll figure it out. Welcome to Trick or Treat Radio.
Welcome all you little zombies. You're listening to Trick or Treat Radio, starring the Deadites.
Welcome to episode 195 of Trick or Treat Radio. Trick or Treat Radio is a phantasmagorical spin kick straight through the heart of pop culture. It's navigated by the Deadites. The Deadites are the world's greatest electroshock band. We destroy monsters, we drink booze, we win championship belts, and we also have awesome filmmaking guests in studio with us. And we're joined this week by producer, director, all-around awesome dude who came bearing gifts, and as we just found out, dance instructor, Jarret Blinkhorn.
What's going on, guys?
Thanks for coming in, man. We really appreciate it.
Well, you guys said you drink booze, and I have a bottle here, and no one's been drinking it. So that's a challenge on air.
We said we drink boons. Only boons.
Yeah, Strawberry Hill. No, I'm willing to learn, Jarret. I can. That's another thing to go.
There we go.
Raven Shadow will adapt.
We got one.
He'll be fine. Raven Shadow will adapt just
one.
fine.
He's not able to turn alcohol down. It's just in his DNA. He can't.
Yeah.
You just can't.
But he always mysteriously turns alcohol up, actually.
So I have to apologize up front for those folks who are listening to the podcast or listening after the fact. We are unable to broadcast live. There's some miscommunication between XSplit and YouTube. It's telling us we need to authorize our account. We authorize our account, and it doesn't register. So I apologize for that. It's weird not doing a live show. I almost feel depressed.
I feel
Maybe
naked.
I should start drinking.
Yeah, you want?
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. It'd be outrageous.
Chug it, chug it,
The
chug
one
it.
time we're not live, I drink. So, but we're going to go on with the episode anyways, because we have a really fun show coming up. And we're just going to do this shit. Hopefully everyone tunes in after the fact. And hopefully we can keep that awesome, excitement level that we normally have. Oh, I just lost it. Shit. Fuck.
I'm still determined that we're going to get on live. That's how positive I am.
Well, I can continue to work on it, but, we'll see. So, we do have Jarret here in studio. We're going to talk to Jarret a little bit later on about some of his films, the short films he's worked on, some of the feature-length films that he's worked on, and just generally shoot the shit about horror. And we're also going to review the flick Hush. It was recently released exclusively to Netflix, and we're going to talk about that flick. I'm sure we'll get into an argument or two. There'll be some booze being drank.
Mm-hmm. Bottles being thrown.
Wait.
Thrown.
This isn't live?
No.
So Myra and Stephanie can't yell at me?
Well, they can yell at you after the fact.
Yeah.
Fucking loophole. Yeah.
You sabotaged it, you son of a bitch.
Damn, son.
It's been a while, my love.
This is exciting. Hello, Doctor, my old friend.
Yeah. I've heard Jack Daniels might cure cancer.
You get talking to the mic.
I don't want to.
You're not at your home studio here anymore.
I know. What would happen if I was at my home studio? I wouldn't be on the show.
That's right. You wouldn't be drinking some Jack right now.
Well,
He'd be drinking all the Jack, but nobody would be able to yell at him.
You know, he'd be jacking off if he was at home.
Yeah, speaking of that, Monster Zero.
Yes.
Speaking of that,
just put this thing that he found on the internet where someone was saying that you have to take a 30-day masturbation challenge. What were the parameters that they were looking for?
I think they're just looking for somebody to jerk off for 30 days.
How many times? Like once, though, right?
Once, yeah.
I don't understand why.
Every 30 days?
Once a day for 30 days.
I don't understand how that's
So life.
So that, I don't understand how that's
freshman year. What the fuck?
Honestly, like I'm like the Al Snow of jerking off. If I only beat off once a day, somebody thinks I'm sick. Like my special ladies friend, they'll be like, "Are you okay? You haven't taken that 11th or 9th shower before 9 a.m. a day."
It doesn't seem like much of a challenge.
Not at all.
No, but
Just
it's
kinda
always
seems like
good.
life.
No, but I'm willing to take up on it. I mean,
You only jack off once a day, Monster Zero.
I used to jerk off up to 4 times a day. So.
Jesus Christ. Up to. This is ridiculous.
I have to be nice to Michael Ravenshadow for the remainder of this show.
Yes.
Just this show?
Yeah.
Why?
Because we put him up on the roof of my barn during my birthday party.
I saw that. Jenny Isme texted me a video of that. She's like, look what's going on right now. And
When's
I
your
saw
birthday?
It was yesterday.
yesterday.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
You missed 420 by a day.
I know.
Well, here's the thing where I'm at the party, and all of a sudden it was like, oh, Raven Shadow, come down here. And I'm like, oh, what are we doing? And so you're going on the roof. Why? Because you're the light. You're light. Okay. So I had Tim Nice from the Chain Gang and Ms. M, which is weird, hoisted me up onto the barn.
Which really, if you watch the video, was entirely Miss M.
Oh, yeah, I believe it. I believe it. And it wasn't until I got on the roof where I was like, why am I on the roof again? And Dynamo, you want to take it from here?
Because one of the white children had thrown my gallbladder stuffed animal up on the roof.
Is that what that was? Like an ugly doll, ugly purple thing?
Yeah, it was a gallbladder.
Okay, gallbladder.
I had it stuffed when I had it taken out.
So it's a big party. Dynamo, is...
The best part, we didn't have a way to get him down once we had him up. We had no plan.
But let's say everyone was there congregating, and I'm on the roof. I throw the gallbladder stuffed animal to the crowd, and they, attack it.
Big pop.
Yeah, like fucking Dawn of the Dead. They're all taking it. And everyone leaves, and I'm like, how am I getting down? And then I had Tim Nice instructing me to lay down on my stomach and shimmy, yaw down, and I would get up the same way I did. And I briefly tried that until I realized...
Your shirt was over your head.
Yeah, my shirt, it was bad times, like my jacket's off. And there's a realization where like I just want to be off the shed. Yeah. I want to be down now.
Big barn.
So big barn. How tall was that barn?
I don't know. It's taller than the house.
Fair. So I look down, look around amongst the crowd, and I see a little patch of leaves. And there's a moment when you realize I'm about to do something dumb and I shouldn't do this. But I just wanted to be down, so I kind of internally did a Shane McMahon, cross, just in case God exists, and jumped.
He
off
doesn't.
The shit. No, yeah. And it turns out, spoiler alert.
I'm here. So
Spoiler.
Spoiler alert.
Cat's out of the bag now.
the best part was that pile of leaves was a thinly disguised pile of rocks and gravel.
Which I discovered upon landing. And it was great that every day that followed that, I had a different pain in a part of my body.
Nice.
It was like Sunday, ankle hurts. Monday, sore thigh. Today, driving to work, my neck hurts.
Look on the bright side.
So, the gallbladder stuffed animals with the white children?
No, Donna Matrix touched you, and that would have never happened otherwise.
To be fair, yeah, because she didn't say hello to me. She just like walked by. I think she threw a rock at me at one point.
Probably.
But yeah, so I'm curious to see the video at some point.
I would love to see it too.
We might see it tonight.
I have it on my phone.
Oh.
Prove it.
I'll go ahead and I'll put it on the iPad and we'll put it over here.
Speaking of your birthday, Dynamo, I got a message from Tim from Korea.
Nice.
And it's a birthday poem that he gave to me that he wanted me to read to you.
Tim the Canadian from Korea.
That's right.
That's very confusing.
Okay. And it reads, may bloody piles torment you. May corns grow on your feet. May crabs the size of lobsters crawl up your ass and eat. And when you're old and gray and you're a nervous wreck, I hope your head just splits in two and rolls off your goddamn neck.
It's good.
It's
It's a good poem. Thank you, Tim. Yeah. We're getting there. Working on it. Another MRI's Saturday morning, so we're getting there.
So there you go.
6 out of 10.
Speaking of that, all right, before I had an incident today, a bathroom kind of incident, but not the, like, we don't have to set back the clock. We've still gone however many days we have without Dynamo shitting his pants. I don't know exactly what the clock says. I can't see it from here, but we don't have to set back the clock to 0. But did anyone see me eat a child at my birthday?
Oh, my God.
Or like a small, like, person or an animal or something?
And did someone get video of that?
A whole pig?
I left early, but that's a different story.
I passed something today in the Stop and Shop bathroom while I was shopping. That literally, I was in the handicap stall, and literally I had to use both those bars, and I was hovering, pushing like I was giving birth.
You're like, who's that chick in the 80s? Mary Lou Retton? Who's the one?
And then I turned around and looked, and it looked like I had eaten 1983 pumping iron Arnold Schwarzenegger and couldn't pass his forearm. Like, I couldn't digest his forearm, so it just came out intact.
You were like Morpheus in
Oh my God!
in the Matrix when he was breaking the chains.
Nothing has ever hurt that bad in my whole entire life.
Oh, come
And
on.
I've
You've had stuff
And you
up
have
your ass
cancer.
bigger.
yeah, that's true too. And, plus I also went to Montreal a lot in the '80s, so I was prepared for that sort of action.
It's like that show I was pregnant but didn't know it. In those
Yeah, that's what I was like. That's all I fucking was on those bars and I was pushing. It was really bad. It hurt. There was blood.
You could probably do the parallel bars after that thing.
Oh my God! It was honestly. And then the worst part was, I tried to get up and take a picture of it because I couldn't fucking
Christ on the cross.
Right? I couldn't believe it was huge. It literally looked like I ate Mr. T and his arm came out of me. Right?
It looked like he had this picture.
It looked like he had
Well,
Emmanuel
here's the
Lewis
thing.
in the toilet.
I stood up, and the auto flush thing went right away. Now here's the problem. If anyone's at CVS, this didn't really happen. It's just, at Stop and Shop, if anybody actually works, that did happen. Now what I put in was too big for the auto flush to handle, so water is now coming out of the top of the toilet bowl at Stop and Shop. So I'm just like,
Pass
whoa.
Jack Daniels, please.
So I'm just like, whoa, and I ran away, and I went about my shopping. And then I came back later, and I looked down the hall, and water was pouring out of there like that fucking Brady Bunch episode where they put too much soap in the washing machine. And no one had, workers were just going by, and no one, cared that there was, water pouring out of, the bathroom. So I went, and I bought my Dylan dog and went home. Got Dylan dog for $2.99.
Dylan dog at Stop and Shop?
Yeah. Do you know what other movies I
What?
bought at Stop and Shop lately?
Cannibal Ferox.
Blood Simple.
Nice.
The shitty version of, compared to that Scream Factory one, but the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, the one that was essentially the port over from the DVD.
Oh, yeah.
To Live and Die in L.A.
Oh.
Missing in Action Part 1 and 2, which you would think would probably be on Blu-ray at Stop and Shop, but I got them.
Is that Braddock?
No.
That's part 3.
No, that's
right?
part 3.
I was so hoping, because they had a lot of them, I was so hoping that some of that old, Lone Wolf McQuaid or Silent Rage or some of that would be there. But, yeah. I've bought a bunch there. It's not like I've... So my Blu-ray collection recently, about a year ago now almost. Well, no, it'll be a year in September, so not quite even close to a year now that I think about it. But my Blu-ray collection got vandalized. So, if you look at my shelves, you guys were there this weekend, I have them in order. But I haven't consolidated them.
How do you order yours?
I do it weird, I've been told. I put directors, if it's a director that I have a lot. One of the first things I did is got just about all the John Carpenter I could get because he's my favorite director. Mm-hmm. So I have all my Carpenter and all my Tarantino, and all the Romero and Raimi and all the basics, Kurosawa and all that stuff is at the top, and then everything else in alphabetical order.
All right.
So, but I was told by another podcast that was completely outrageous.
See, I do mine weird too. I have horror and then everything else, and then horror is broken down to alphabetical order, but then I break everything down by the company. So I have like all the Scream Factories, and then I do those in alphabetical order. Then I have all the arrows and everything like that. So everyone tells me I'm fucking stupid too.
I understand though, because there's a couple of I don't have very many DVDs out there anymore. I my Toho box set, and I have like just things that like I don't want to upgrade because like I don't want to rebuy that Indiana Jones set because I don't want that fourth one.
Right.
So
No one does.
yeah, so I have like that stuff in my Marx Brothers. Why would I upgrade those to like high def unless they made the boxes smaller? Maybe, but other than that, I have like Mike Malloy's awesome Eurocrime documentary, and I have Manborg and amazing. I have Manborg and the Astron 6 shorts on DVD because they're not available stateside on Blu-ray. So between that and the Scream Factory discs and the weird way that Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4K scan looked like a DVD case, like my shelf is all a fucking mess now. So subfiling makes sense to me because those Scream Factory ones, like most of my Carpenters are Scream Factory, and they all look so nice together. And then
I do the collector's edition and then everything else, and then into the double features.
Right.
That's how I got mine arranged.
Then you have fucking Christine right in the middle of that looks small. And
Yep.
doesn't fit right. So I get it. I'm with you.
Can we go back to shit in bathrooms? I really like that. Those kind of
I
stories.
hope that they
where the money
don't.
is.
They will never let me in that Stop and Shop again.
I have a good one. When I was probably 7 years old, and I went out to eat with my grandparents, and it was me, my brother, and my cousin. My brother's a year older than me, and my cousin's about 2 years younger than me. So we're eating at it was Twin Pizza in North Providence, and so we're eating, and then all of a sudden we all decide that we have to take a shit at the same time. So we all run to the bathroom. There's 2 stalls and 3 people.
Uh-oh.
I got beat out. My brother went into one. My cousin went into the other. And I'm sitting there dancing back and forth like, oh, my God, it's going to come soon. So I ended up shitting on the floor.
Oh, no.
And then wiping my ass and putting toilet paper there and leaving. And then as I was walking out the door, so like one of the waiters or something was walking in. And I remember I was 7 years old at the time. And I was panicked thinking that someone was going to find my DNA in my shit or know it was me and I was going to get arrested.
I would have turned around hoping that somebody took like a big Monty Python style pratfall in it. Like,
That would have been great.
did like a full Mr. Bean flip and landed face first.
It was totally steaming, too.
Oh, man. Yeah, no.
You're welcome.
A nice hot coil of shit. Right
I
on
am
the floor.
still.
A coil.
I am
you,
still
MZ.
hurt from this. Like,
Somehow that made it worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I feel like I was on the set of Oz for like a week. Like it was awful. Like stupid lights and their bright ways.
We don't even need them.
Ooh, let's turn them off.
Well, we are recording the video feed. So.
Let's do this podcast in the dark.
Hey, that's my ass.
My dog would be
skiing.
nude. Yeah. I had the dream I was skiing last night. That was weird.
I'm literally so upset that we're not live. I'm broken up about it. I had people I needed to thank.
Well, I mean,
they can
hopefully
still
they'll
hear
still
it.
listen.
They won't.
Yeah.
They don't care about ledgers. Like fuck you, dudes. Like I'm gonna download a
That
podcast.
shouldn't stop you from thanking people.
Well, I thanked Michael Raven Shadow. That's plenty now.
There's still one more thank you that has to be brought up later on.
Wait, that's why we're not live because you thanked Michael Raven.
We broke the internet.
Nice,
Nobody
yeah.
will ever believe it. Right. Yeah, no, I do have to thank you for taking the chain gang. Not that I wanted them to leave, but they couldn't have got home otherwise, and they'd still be there.
And that was the thing. At one point, let's talk about it. I had a triumphant appearance, episode 71 on Unchained.
Most triumphant.
Yes, with the chain gang.
Who's calling it triumphant?
Me?
Oh shit!
Okay.
What?
Can I interrupt you for 1 minute because
Sure.
it's relevant to you?
Okay, that's
So I sent the comic Cavalcade to Wolfie on late Friday night,
yeah.
but I accidentally sent you won't understand this, but Wolfie will the GarageBand file, so it was too big, so it just sat in my outbox.
Okay.
So I didn't know that my comic segment for that show didn't come until I was listening to the show
Gotcha.
later on this weekend, and I was sure you were going to think I didn't send it on purpose because you were on. So that was not the case.
Oh no, I know. Chains mentioned that he didn't get anything from you.
Yeah,
but,
no, I'm an idiot. And then I was like, you know what would be a good idea? Because I make fun of Michael Raven Shadow on it. I'll bring it to Trick or Treat Radio,
Okay.
and we can listen to it. But I just didn't send it this time. So I'm a fucking calamity.
I guess next week.
You're not a sweet calamity, though.
No, I'm not. I'm so afraid of my water heater that's going to break at my house that like I'm consumed.
It already broke.
Your water broke.
Well, it did already break. I just don't know. Like, people tell me different things. People have told me that model of water heater won't flood my basement. Like,
Water heater breaks. Oil heater breaks. What the
I don't know. It's because the
hell, man?
And also, my new oil tank also had something the matter with it. The fucking watch. We have one Peterson oil employee listening, but the guys come in and go.
them.
I go, hey, I have a residue here on top of my new oil tank that happens to be in my fucking house now. And they're like, oh, I don't see nothing. So I just happen to go by. They're filling it, and there's like oil like pouring onto the top of the tank now. And I stop them. They're like, what? I go, there's like there's oil coming out of those pipes, not even making it into the tank. All right, and they're like, oh, and they come in and they're like, oh, I don't know, I didn't see it before. I'm like, it's there now. So that oil from before is from when the last time you guys did it. And I don't know where the rest of it went, but like now there's more. And they're like, oh, I don't know. So they went in. They're like, oh, well, I have I have a tech going, but like literally all the work that these people have done in my house since February, none of it fucking works. Like my furnace after they fixed the oil tank turned off every single like that weekend we had like 4-degree weather.
Yeah.
Like the furnace turned off every hour, and they'd send a tech back. They wouldn't try everything. They wouldn't wait the 45 minutes to see and believe me that it was going to shut off again. They'd leave and then have to come back. So I have a real cool dude that's going to help me with my water heater, but I'm just not that type of guy who I'm going to be like he hasn't called me in a few days about anything, and I'm not the type of guy, like, it's been like 7 days. And I'm like, I'd sent him a text today. I haven't heard from him, but I'm not that dude who's like going to bug the guy who's going to help me for free. So I'm trying to find more. Me and Oh Sweet Calamity, actually, Jenny Isme spent last night like going through.
Spent last night what?
Going through. No, it's not that fun. Going through like trying to find like our first Google search was my so and so water heater is leaking. How long do I have before it floods my basement? And that didn't come up with anything except
porn.
She was like,
oh, he wasn't looking up trickortreatradio.com.
One time my dad tried that.
I had to double check and make sure that the name of my old tank didn't start with an R, so we didn't repeat that redheaded babysitter gangbang thing again.
My old company's named Tory Black. That's weird.
Yeah.
For those who get it.
All right, so why don't we go ahead and introduce everyone?
Sure. I don't want to. I'm done. This isn't live. That's not my contract.
I feel like Verizon was going straight.
I don't do house shows.
You do every week you do a show that's not live.
It's live to me.
It's a lot less live than this.
Or is it Memorex?
All right. Well, we have on the show myself, Johnny Wolfenstein, the pencil pusher and producer of media for Trick or Treat Radio, the Deadites, and the Grand Guignol Network. We have the immortal gunslinger, singer, and lyricist for the Deadites, and one of the co-hosts of the Elm Street Kids Movie Club, Dynamo Mars.
And big fan of Monster Zero's huge cocksucking lips.
Look at those fucking DSLs.
Look at those fucking things.
Jarret, you ever seen these before?
I'm just going to kiss him right now.
Monster Zero, just so you know,
Island?
that ratio of activity about that particular activity I was talking about earlier, the amount of times I do it, at least 2 times a day. About those things.
What, thinking about him?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Grabbing that pony nub like it's Atari, like it's a fucking Atari 2600.
Jesus Christ, man!
God damn.
Those DSLs could power 1 million computers.
Oh, can it fix fucking YouTube right now?
No.
Yeah. So no one can see the hand job I'm giving him.
Up, down, back, right.
He's giving him the contra code. A, B. Select start. All right, we also have the vulgar guru of horror, star of Blood Pigs and Fetus, and one-time contributor for Horror Hound magazine, Monster Zero.
How the hell am I supposed to follow up on that? I can't.
One-time contributor.
Yeah, one time.
Glad that you did the math.
What was the article?
It was a retrospect on Fulci's Zombie.
Okay, I'm not going to make fun of you then.
It was pretty impressive. It was like a 10-page,
10 pages.
10-pager. But man, you should do more.
Well, that was offered to me. It wasn't.
I
like
know,
asked.
but we talked to Baronis,
But I
and
mean,
he said he could get you more.
It was good enough to get published, so it's not like they were like, "Oh, fuck this guy." Like, you probably just had to circle
I don't
around
know.
the
Maybe
bend again.
Maybe.
He's
We'll
been
see.
saying maybe for 10 years.
I'm just gonna keep my options open.
Talk to. I think Eric Newell is from Bloody Good Horror is part of that magazine. I think he could probably.
I think he is. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he could probably get you.
And also,
So you
isn't
could be a two-time contributor.
Aaron Cromwell and
Yeah, great. You've read the magazine.
Nathan
you just only wrote
Hanneman.
it one time. Ivan Koloff.
we also have the chain smoking, hand kissing, baby shaking, lorazepam loving, former comic book reading nerd, and the official smoke machine for Castle Wolfenstein, Michael Ravenshadow.
That's right, Johnny. And for the first time in a long time this past weekend, I was a designated driver.
I still do not believe that.
It's fucking true. I want to take it back before the in-depth, heated conversation ran amok. I just want to take it back to the party. Dynamo's big, extravagant. His Holiness was on display for his birthday. Very good time. But I'm talking with Jenny Ismay and Ares God of War, and we're talking fucking Preacher. We're having a real fucking conversation about my favorite thing ever. And all of a sudden I see the kid Tim Nice from Unchained pop up, and he's like, "Oh, Ravenshadow, I'm out." And I'm like, "Okay, bye." "Oh, where's the Chain Gang?" "They're downstairs." Like, "Well, how are they getting home?" "I don't know." "Okay, bye." So I inherited Bobby James' Uncle Paulie, which is fine. However, that's when I had to stop drinking and go from there. So, it all worked out. We had a nice, loud ride home. But even when I'm talking to Wife and Shadow, I was like, "Yeah, I ended up bringing the Chain Gang home last night." She's like, "You were the designated driver?" And I'm like, "I know." It fucking was news to me. But you're welcome, Dynamo. Happy birthday.
Thank you. She was pissed because she's like, every single time you go out without her, she takes that insurance policy out of the drawer and puts on the bureau.
I know.
So it's
She's
handy.
like, "Oh, I figured you'd be passed out by now. I guess I got to talk to you."
Yeah.
But
I
no.
figured you'd be wrapped around a tree by now. In flames.
I thought you'd be dead.
Well, I feel a little bit better. I'm reading some comments. It looks like other people are having the same exact issue as us. So,
Do they have podcasts?
Well, what do you
well,
think?
they're trying to stream to YouTube.
something.
Yeah.
Maybe
I don't know if
party.
they're probably doing like Let's Plays, playing games and stuff. But yeah, it looks like there's a few people having the same issue. So
Well, hopefully somebody opened a ticket then. Maybe they.
yeah, I sent a support message. I doubt I'll hear back during the recording of the show, but it's worth a shot. So sucks. Hopefully we'll get it cleared up. If not by the end of the episode, by next week, we definitely will have that shit hammered out. So
Don't say shit.
shit.
hammer that shit out. Dynamo knows how to hammer shit out.
It was tough, man.
He had an anaconda up his ass.
Yeah.
Did he light it on fire and call a bitch? After it came out? You should have.
Maybe.
It might have taken care of the mess.
I so wanted to take a picture of it.
Jesus Christ.
You know,
And then when
I'm
it
willing to bet that you
How come
did.
you
You're
didn't?
just teasing
Yeah.
us
No,
I
with
didn't.
it.
And
What
then
stopped you? What,
because
like,
the
did you pull out your
toilet
phone and
began
just
to
say
overflood
no?
almost instantly.
Do a fucking
So-
bathroom stall selfie.
So it started to like.
That's
so
when you make a vine.
I stood up to take a picture, and the poop stood up and ended up in the drain like a potted plant, and touched the end of the toilet seat.
Jesus Christ.
It was awful. I mean, it was awesome. I was proud of it.
You should wear that with pride.
Yeah.
I did.
Oh, man. All right. Well, maybe we should get into this fucking movie review soon.
We should go to commercial.
Did it look like this?
No. It was one solid thing. Like I could like.
One solid thing.
I am positive it was supporting my weight at one point. They brought new meaning to the word stool.
How about this?
Jesus Christ, man. Come on.
Did you guys ever go on ratemypoo.com?
Yes. MC is
Yes,
right now.
I
It's
have.
amazing.
He's like, that's my website. I
It is
started
amazing.
That is an amazing.
Seriously,
website.
it's just you rate pictures of shit.
yeah.
man.
It's incredible.
Do you get points for colors?
The best is I saw one time and it was a picture of the toilet, but the shit was just all over the wall behind it.
Jiminy crickets.
Oh, it was great.
Like, I'm afraid to see Raven Shadow do it and be like, dude, I think that's an organ. That's your gallbladder, sir.
Yep, that's the liver.
I once went to a White Castle in New Jersey, which was probably the issue right there. But I went to go take a leak in the urinal, and there was a huge dump in the urinal. I did take a picture of that.
Did anyone see the South Park episode with that one?
Oh yeah, with Stan's dad. He's taking a shit.
It does a number 2 in the urinal. Okay.
He does a shit, and,
That's great.
and the shit just piles up in the toilet. And as the shit pile's getting higher, he's like twirling around in a circle. on the
the Keurig one.
yeah.
Wait, where's it by Keurig's?
Oh man. So
That's outstanding.
why don't we talk about ways to support the show? How about that? So there's a couple ways.
Well, fix YouTube for starters.
Yes.
Put your ticket in.
That's not us. That's I think it's on XSplit.
XSplit.
we still love them, but there's some kind of issue going on right now. But if you go on to trickortreatradio.com, there you can go ahead and click on the Horror Pack logo and sign up for Horror Pack. They will send you 4 DVDs or 4 Blu-rays every month. And it's a pretty cool little service, so go ahead and check it out.
That is a deal.
And if you sign up through our link, we get a little bit of a cut of that. We also have the Amazon link right on the front page, trickortreatradio.com. Click on the Amazon image, and everything you buy in that session gets attributed to us. And if you don't want to if you don't want to click on that link every time, just go ahead and bookmark the link, and then every time you use it, we'll get a little bit of a cut. It doesn't cost them any extra, Raven Shadow.
But it helps keep the lights on.
That's right. And we also have a donate button right underneath that. Just go to trickortreatradio.com, click the PayPal donate button, and give us some money. We'd appreciate it because who knows, maybe we'll need some more software soon. And other than that, we have our friends over at XSplit who have let us down this.
We're all here. We did it. This is the real time we do it.
All right. Our friends over at
XSplit.
who have unfortunately let us down a little bit today, but that's all right. They do some awesome work still, and for all your streaming needs, go check them out. And then Raven Shadow.
Yes.
So this week you have an easier task. You have a film that's on Netflix.
Yes.
It's a little bit easier than going and going on VOD.
It's a lot of things going on, John. You got to put the channel on a certain number. You know what I mean? There's all kinds of It's credit card.
Yeah, what?
No, but you gotta
put the channel on a certain number.
There's a lot of
Oh, for
numbers. You ever see
VOD,
TV
right?
now? Remember there was like 7 channels when we were kids. There's a whole lot of numbers.
What?
You are hopeless.
For VOD, you just put it on input.
Oh. Well,
Or you just go to like on
There's a
demand
V-
if
yeah,
you're using
there's a-
cable.
a
It's
VOD.
literally a button that says
VOD,
on demand,
yeah.
and it'll take you there.
Hopeless.
Well, Jack, can you leave me a number? Because we're doing more shows after this. I got to
Alright.
figure this out.
Yeah,
right?
totally.
So I was
I'll be
looking
your
for-
tech support.
Wait,
Yeah.
Raven Shadow.
24/7.
Thank you.
Raven Shadow, what did you call him?
Jarret.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
What did you
I
think?
thought I heard you. I
You
thought I
call
heard
him
you
the
say the
other
wrong
one?
name.
Well, he does kind of look like Josh Brolin, doesn't he? A little bit.
I didn't say Josh at all.
Doesn't he though? Look at him. Doesn't he look like Josh Brolin?
I look.
He does.
I'm more handsome.
Yeah, look at the Oliphant going on like that. He's a handsome man. It's a powerful track. Don't
He
fucking-
does. He's got the Josh Brolin thing going on right now.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Alright.
I'll take it.
Make sure they didn't put anything in your Jack Daniels when they send it back.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I want a bottle
for you.
myself.
Yeah.
So Raven Shadow, you
Yes.
sit down
I did.
to turn on Netflix to watch the fucking movie.
My preferred delivery method.
How does that work out?
All right, well, listen. All right, it's you know what I do? It's springtime in New England, so I had the grill flowing.
Springtime for
Yeah,
Hitler.
me too, dude.
No, that's what I said. So the dogs were there, the burgers were there,
The Dags.
the socks were sucking, and I'm like, you know what? I know this is gonna work, and I'm gonna do a little like a moose bouche, the appetizer before the appetizer. And what's a good thing for that? A little short film. A short film called
yeah.
They're Closing In.
Yeah.
By our guest in the studio, so I watched that to kind of get me all lubed up. And I'm like, and I'm digging what I'm watching there. It wasn't a big commitment, but I enjoyed it. And when this show drops, it's not live, but it is 420, so I blaze one for the nation. And then hit my cue, press play, and strapped on.
There you go.
Do you love a scary story? Do you love to dance? The Big Scary Monster Haunts at Midnight is a collection of dark songs about sex, love, death, revenge, and the end of the world. Brought to you by the world's greatest monster hunting electroshock band, the Deadites. Available on iTunes, Google Music, Amazon, CD Baby, and all other digital distribution sites.
This is Wooberman. I'm not famous for anything in particular, but I have a very nice voice. And you're listening to Trick or Treat Radio.
I'm Ruby Burble.
What's up, y'all? It's me, the Yeti. Telling all the ladies that they couldn't be more fine and that we should knock those boots like Frankenstein. When I want to get my nerd on, I go to Facebook and I go to the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group. That's the place where I get to talk about all the hip new horror movies, all the cool comics,
What comics?
RPGs, video games, you name it, we're talking about shit on there. And you could not be any cooler if you were the coolest kid in school. Be the first kid on your block to swing their cock over at the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group. Just go to Facebook, search for Trick or Treat Radio, ask to join, and it's like Nerd Nirvana, baby, without the shotgun blast. This is the Yeti, signing out. See you at the Trick or Treat Radio Facebook group.
Follow us on Twitter at The Deadites, TheDeadites.com, and TrickOrTreatRadio.com.
And we're back.
Yeah. And we're the only ones right now.
Yeah, just the two of us right now.
Yeah.
But you know what? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to read the chat room. Even though they can't see us, I want to see what the fuck is going on in this chat room.
Yeah.
So
I can't. They're either very supportive right now or they're very, very angry with us right now.
there was some wrestling talk. There was some talk about Green Room. They're upset that we're not live. I don't blame them.
You just tricked him and just streamed a really old show.
just talk over the shit that's going on. Yeah.
FTM is in there. I guess he would be TTM right now. Third time, Michael. We got Nicholas. We got Robert E. Ronsky. We got Lost in Atlantis. We got Double A. We have... Let's see. There's a few other people. I saw Cody in there. First time Michael. Bobby Chains. Lots of people hanging out. So we apologize, everyone, but it sucks. And looks like Raven Shadow likes having a smoke buddy.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about the film Hush.
Hush.
Isn't that what Bruiser Brody said, Mars?
Hush.
Hush, hush, hush. Right?
Huss.
Don't get
Huss.
Al Goro down here.
That'd be Huss. 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 Huss.
Toby Huss. All right, so Hush from 2016. This film is 81 minutes. It's a horror thriller, and it is written by Mike Flanagan and Kate Siegel, and directed by Mike Flanagan. The film stars John Gallagher Jr., Kate Siegel, Michael Trucco, Samantha Sloyan, and Emma Graves.
Hey now.
The synopsis we have here: a deaf woman is stalked by a psychotic killer in her secluded home.
Home. I have no home.
So this film was released by Blumhouse, and this is a Netflix exclusive. They picked up, I assume they picked up the exclusive rights to this. So pretty cool to see, to see that happening. I know we're talking about Netflix and the talk about potentially dropping Netflix because they didn't have enough good stuff on there except for the original content, but this is maybe a move to get some more non-original Netflix-y type stuff on there.
I was I was both parts pleased and put off by the Blumhouse intro and the studio intro not having sound.
Yeah, it was a little weird, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I get the joke now, obviously.
Yeah.
But like at the time, I was running around like a fucking idiot, being like, "What's the matter? Why don't
Yeah,
we have any volume?"
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. That's exactly what I was thinking, and it's clever,
It's a cheapy.
I don't care. It worked. I mean, it has
Did you
nothing to do
jump?
with. No,
When the
when the sound finally hit.
when the title card hit and it went. Boom.
I don't know, but I might have. I don't really remember, but I mean, when the sound did come on, my eyes did come onto the TV. So
Your eyes came on the TV?
yes.
What the fuck does that mean?
Don't ask me any questions, man. You were the one who was raped by a turd.
Haven't you ever heard my country song?
I was raped by a turd on.
Taking the dick ain't nothing more than taking the dump in reverse. It don't have nature's lube, so chances are it hurts.
Jesus. All right, so
I
we're.
got a country career.
I think you do, actually. It's better than some of the other stuff I've heard out these days. So we're going to talk about Hush. What the fuck did you guys think of this film? Raven Chow, did you see it?
I saw it.
The whole thing.
All of it. Hey,
All 81 minutes.
81 minutes? Really? Is that how long it was? No, I did. And we came in late because Jarret and I will be in grown-ups outside.
What do grown-ups do?
Smoke butts. But no, the lack of sound in the beginning. I had like a fucking... I thought it was
We talked about that already. Thank you very much for joining.
okay, well... I guess I'll go fuck myself
Yeah.
then. But here's
Let's
the
go
thing.
fuck yourself.
Yeah, I was scared. I'm like, I'm not going to be able to fucking watch this movie because there's no sound. I was really concerned. And I turned it up real loud, and then I got loud.
and then I get scared, and then I peed a little.
Did you watch this with Wife and Shadow?
No.
She wouldn't have done
I
this.
did.
Hey. Wow. Is that what she's going to the fucking market? No, she wanted nothing to do with me at that point.
Did you sleep on the couch that night?
Listen, if I choose to sleep on the couch, it doesn't matter why I'm on the couch.
sometimes I'm like, you know what? It's comfy, Johnny. It's red. It's red. It's soft. I got a Walking Dead blanket I like a lot. It's nice.
Did you say Walking Dead? It's like
It was
Christopher
a Walking
Walken all
Dead.
over it?
Yeah. It's got a picture.
Where's Antichrist when you need him?
I wish he was here. It's a picture of Daryl on it, and he's sexy.
Jesus.
Who's next, Johnny?
You were next.
Well, no, it's a discussion. I don't want to monopolize. So I watched that. You know what? All right. I guess I'll go. I'll go now. I was kind of locked in early on. I liked where it was going. I liked the friend. I liked the friend that the deaf girl had. I liked the little signing back and forth. I was concerned when she was doing the cooking because I didn't think that was going to end well.
Okay.
And
Blind girls shouldn't
Why?
cook. Is that what you're saying?
Deaf girl.
yeah, deaf girls.
I'm sorry,
Blind
yeah.
girls definitely shouldn't cook.
You know there is a difference.
Yeah. So I was concerned about that. I was a big. I don't know. I liked the friend a lot. She was trying to engage with a deaf girl. There was some problems going on, and I feel there was a good bait and switch with the friend's boyfriend. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Okay. There was a backstory with their friendship. It told a story, which I liked.
That's typically what movies
A lot
do.
of films, not all films.
I'm gonna kill myself.
You're gonna tell a story. You guys are fucking.
Well, I was so excited he watched the fucking movie that I had to at least give him a chance.
One day I watched a movie. There was cooking. There was a phone. There was signing. So clearly, I've seen this film.
Nailed it.
I have a question,
Q Buster.
Yes.
and I'm not trying to be the why would the kids go into the haunted cemetery guy.
Yeah.
But like, don't you feel that if you are a deaf mute, right?
Yeah. No, she could talk.
Wouldn't
Oh,
you
no,
have
No, she
more
could.
Sorry, I'm taking it back.
like
No, she was a deaf mute because the boyfriend said that
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
the
right?
guy later.
Oh yeah.
When
Plus,
you
it
have
was
more
kind of
of a
obvious by
deaf
that point
mute,
anyway.
When you have more like perimeter, like when you have a thing that lit up and said someone's coming down the driveway, and you know what I mean, like
Your other senses are heightened.
no, but I mean like electronic,
An ability club
like
to be able to like.
more than like a fucking smoke alarm that looked like Man Ray in 1995.
Yeah, right.
And by the way,
No, she
Jenny,
didn't have buttless chaps on.
yeah, I'll say it on air. I was really nervous that last night, and she let me say it like 20 times that my carbon peroxide detector was broken. So anyway, yeah, but like I feel like so, you know, if I couldn't hear, and somebody could walk right up to me otherwise, I would want as many fucking Campbell soup cans and strings. That wouldn't help either. But
No, not at all.
Maybe a dog. Maybe
even
a dog.
I could see and speak, and I had a thing in my old apartment that when you came in, it was like for a fire station, a big light would blink, so I knew somebody came into the house because it wasn't a very good neighborhood. So
Like
Did it
snuffy.
go off every time you masturbated?
no. But
Did anyone else get annoyed by the fact that in her phone she saved it as Sarah next door?
Yeah.
It was just like I would
Yeah.
never save my next door. Like I know them by name, so I would say, oh, it's
Well, the part
Sarah,
that
whatever. It's not next door. I understand that's to set it up for the audience.
Yeah.
but it was still one of those things that I was just like, you don't need to do that
Because
well, what
because you could
upset
establish
me-
it within the dialogue or her saying like I'll be right over, and then she shows up a second later and oh, she must be next door.
Well, the part that I couldn't figure out is why does it have a ringer? You know, I mean, she's fucking deaf. She can't
Well,
hear.
it did have the
anything.
flashing too.
It
the
did have a
light.
flashing, but you could put that on fucking vibrate, and you know, if she held it, if she kept it on her,
well, I
which
mean,
she
it's like the
obviously
factory. I mean, it's not like they have like deaf people iPhones. I don't think that's just the way that the phone is. It's
Well,
gonna
No,
ring.
I understand that,
But
but
it's-
there is a setting to make it vibrate instead of having it ring.
Yeah, I was
So
gonna
the
say
idea of
that.
having it ring for a deaf person is kind of stupid.
They do
Maybe
have a
she
lot
just
of.
never knew it was on.
They
She
do
used
have a
to
lot
feel
of
the vibrations, guys. Did anyone else think dirty thoughts when she was talking about feeling vibrations?
Yeah, Jared, can you call me?
I got you. Hold on, let me shove my phone on my ass real quick.
Well, it could be fair for someone
Do
around her.
you, you want him to send you dick pics too?
Dick pics all around. Let's get a group chat
Yeah,
going
group
on.
chat.
I'll get some trick or treating. I get dick pics. But Well, no, it could be like, hey, bitch, answer your phone. You know what I mean? Like, it's like maybe someone's called, oh, lady, special lady.
It should just shock her.
Yeah.
Should get one of those.
Give her the shocker. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Two in the pink.
Every
and
time
one
her
on
phone
the
rings, it just
Oh man, was that like?
I'll tell you this: her data would be down. She wouldn't want to even be near that thing.
Was that fire alarm the like worst case of Chekhov's gun ever?
Pretty much, yeah.
You know what? I didn't think it was just because. I mean, it was, but I didn't like see it coming because when it eventually worked, like just because he can hear and she can't, like bright light and loud sounds don't like disorientate people. Like they're just like the guy turned into fucking Frankenstein.
Like if Raven
I
Shadow
just
was,
like light.
like if Raven Shadow was to break into that place and that thing went off, he'd probably lose his shit.
Not like Dynamo.
Yeah. No. Well, I don't do that.
I didn't lose it. I'm sure it's still there.
I finally remember what Chekhov's gun was. What was that? That was a weird thing. But when I'm talking about the misdirection, when spoiler alert, there is a killer. I thought there were some things, you know what I mean?
Look at the poster.
Yeah, he's right there. But when she was talking to girl next door, who I assumed they had a longer relationship than just being a neighbor, but maybe it was me. But when she talked about her boyfriend John and the disdain that our main character had, I think that was where I was going with the misdirection of whom this person was. And it was clearly she was doing the FaceTime, setting up who is in her life. And I kind of forget.
So you thought it was going to be revealed as like the boyfriend or the ex or something?
Yeah, I think that's where I was going with the misdirection.
Right.
I did think.
But the thing is, it's like 20 minutes into the movie, he takes the mask off.
Yeah. Well, you have to. I mean, that kind of killed it a little bit. As far as the mask goes itself, the mask itself is pretty fucking creepy. With that,
just a blank.
that theatrical grinning face, of what is it? What's the two faces of theater? The two faces of theater.
Clown,
What is
right?
it?
That's how last week.
No. Listen. The two faces of theater. What is
Theater
that?
of Pain or something? The Motley Crue.
Theater of Pain.
Theater of Pain.
Oh, no.
Tragedy and comedy.
Tragedy and comedy. That's it.
That's where you go
I'm a
Yeah, that's what I was. It makes more sense than Theater of Pain.
Stone. I should run
And
away and hide.
it's
my
pretty
wife
creepy
doesn't
looking. It
want
kind
me
of looks a lot
home.
like Eyes Without a Face. If you've ever seen Eyes Without a Face,
Yeah.
the mask is somewhat similar to that, only less, far less
favorite Billy
expressionistic. But I think that the reveal of who this person was.
Well, there was no reveal, really.
No, there is a reveal of who of
There's a physical
as a
reveal.
physical reveal. Yes,
You
that's
see
what
his
I'm
face,
talking
but
about.
it's not a reveal like, oh, that's Jimmy from down the street.
Right,
Old Man
right.
Withers from the water park or whatever.
Right.
Killer next door.
Or any, or
That's what you said.
or any. I'm talking about a physical reveal. We get to see what this guy looks like, and
Okay.
and
And
yeah.
man, was he hunky, huh?
And I want to talk about that because
Because neck tattoos are douchey.
they are. I did watch this. It was a little,
Yes.
it was a little bit
I like
late.
how you go out of your way to point it out now.
Oh, we have a guest. Jarret, I watched it.
Thank you.
I watched it for you.
It's all for you.
After your film, they're
Getting
closing
you
it.
all lubed up.
Ooh.
And did you have Jarret film bookends? Did you close it with "'Tis the Season"?
Well, there was a film. I mean, there were some thoughts.
Jesus,
There was some thoughts. No, I mean, don't be uncomfortable. But where am I going with it? I liked
Nobody knows.
that. I liked that when it seemed like the killer was not sure that she was deaf, and the little test that he kind of did. I like that. I guess where I'm going with it, I think this movie was a little bit too long. I think
Too long for 81 minutes.
No.
It literally barely passed the standard as a feature film.
Here's my question.
Yes.
Do you guys think he wasn't there to kill? He wasn't there to kill her, right? Like he discovered her and decided to kill her.
because he was
right?
chasing the next door neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think this would have been better served as like a a horror anthology, like the old Masters of Horror type thing. I think there was things in here that was padded a little bit.
Yeah.
You know
This
what I
was probably one of the most simple plots we've ever had in a film.
I would take, while I agree with you that that's what ended up happening, it ended up feeling like padding. I think that it was maybe failed. And I liked this movie, and I enjoyed way more than I didn't enjoy. So let me just put that on the table. But I think what you're talking about is actually failed tension building.
Yes.
You know, like they like if
yeah,
I let this
definitely.
go for one more minute, it could either be, you know, too tense or just real tense or just long. And I think that they, on a few occasions, like for instance, the perfect setup in this film was the finger trauma. That moved very organically and very realistically, and but there was other similar scenes like when the attacker the first time he got the tables turned on him, the first time there was a struggle over a window. That scene went a bit too long to be like believable. Like, there's no reason why she wouldn't have smashed his head in or he wouldn't have grabbed her. Like, the fact that nothing happened at that exchange didn't make any sense because they just... It's almost like they edited too much in when normally in those scenes you're kind of, you know, ideally almost cutting frames so that it seems like more tense and more fast and more visceral. So, you know, like, and I think this film did that a lot. Someone compared it to The Strangers, which is a film that I also thought was pretty okay, but also did the same thing. Like, they put to the point where that was worse because I couldn't believe that Scott Speedman just wasn't out in the lawn slapping the shit out of these kids. But like in this,
absolutely correct. And the punchline in the trailer was the punchline of the film.
Oh yeah, that was the big thing of that.
Because
era.
you're home.
Right.
Oh well, that's why
The
I wanted
end.
to see it. But
Yeah.
I guess this is the end then.
But I mean, like I felt like, you know, it just sort of cross that line of building suspense and meandering. In both those films, not just home invasion films, both these films did that. One thing I will say, to take this in a different direction, I stood up and applauded a part where I'm sure everybody was with me. And if the film had actually ended there, we probably would have had a classic, right? Not that there was anything the matter with that next part of the film.
The Rock?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not that there was anything the matter with that next part of the film. Like, I like what that was. Like, I thought I was going to be pissed and gypped, but that was kind of the Chekhov's gun that they set up and I felt worked really well. But, like, I'm not, like, if that fucking movie ended there and credits rolled,
Yep.
that would have been one of the best, would have been the best movie, one of the best movies I've seen in a long time.
Bleak.
I think the thing is there's I think this movie is well executed, but I feel that I knew everything that was going to happen. Like, you knew where this is going to go.
Yeah, it was. There was a
It's very
lot of predictability involved in this film.
And it didn't do anything different except for the fact that she was a deaf mute, which I think they kind of dropped the ball because I think there is some opportunities to make this even more fucking dramatic. Like, I don't know, like, I can envision like at least 5 scary scenes that I could do with this, and I don't think that they took advantage of many of them. You know, I think they just kind of set the scene with her being a deaf mute and didn't really do a ton with it, you know?
I feel like they took the scene from Freddy's Dead with Carlos, and Carlos is walking deaf, and Freddy's bouncing around behind him.
Yeah.
I feel like they took that idea and just kind of stretch it into 81 minutes of a movie.
Because that's
It's like, all right, we get like it's a gag that is just elaborated on too much, and it just seems like there was a lot of repeating itself. Like, you know, they would have this confrontation near a window, and then the killer would walk away, and then things would build up, and then they have a confrontation, same exact thing as last time, and then all of a sudden the killer would walk away again, just like walk around.
Yeah.
It just kept like building itself up, and then kind of repeating itself.
Yeah.
And I think that even though this was a good plot device by having the power out
Well, he took the pot.
throughout like a good 90% of 90% of the film, it really hindered the film as well because man, it was really tough to see what was going on. There was a lot of scenes in there. It looked nice if you could see it. You know,
I didn't ever.
I never had a problem.
I didn't have a problem with
Is your
that. at all.
TV
I
broken?
did have. No, my TV's not broken.
Because you complained about the woods in the same way, and we didn't have any problem with that either.
No, there was a
couldn't see the
lot of
forest
scenes
for
in
the
this
trees.
film that was just too dark. It was just too dark. I had a hard time seeing what the hell was going on. You know, a lot of some of the tight action scenes.
It's the contrast.
I just couldn't see what was going on. But I mean, along with that, there is the predictability involved in this film, and there was a lot of predictable scenes in this. The one that immediately comes to my head when I'm thinking about it now is the scene where what's her name, Maddie? She's on the roof and she throws her flashlight out into the woods.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, geez, you could just tell, what's going to happen. You know, and boom, it happens. It has such promise for some really good suspense, but it's like you said, Johnny. You know, it's like nothing we haven't seen before, and it becomes predictable because of that.
And it ended up being like a, kind of gives you blue balls, I think, because
Yes.
it's kind of dangling this like cool concept in front of you, but
You
doesn't
saw
really,
like the half bra.
but doesn't really do anything with it.
And that's fair. I think the scene when she was talking to her sister, and
The FaceTime one.
the FaceTime one,
Yeah.
when the killer found out, and part of it seemed to be like, I like that. Was it Maggie? Is that her name?
Maddie.
Maddie was just a victim of being there. If the killer had a mat on for the friend next door, and then stumbles across this deaf girl, now he wants to play. And I think they could have done more with that, maybe Rear Window style, with the people talking to
Or
her.
the plot, if it was that girl's husband that had set up the whole thing, and like he found out,
And that's
like
what I
he
was-
found out that he wasn't getting paid now because he killed that guy by accident or something. Like,
And the stuff with John and the killer, I liked, even though you know the outcome.
Yeah.
It just the things that made this movie interesting, they didn't show enough of, and that's where the formulaic.
so what you're saying is it's like they took a hit out on Ferguson, and Clarissa got in the way.
That's a deep cut right there.
Not if you have Hulu.
Ferguson the town.
I gotta
shit
get that.
in
Wow.
My so-called
Yeah.
life is pretty much on a fucking 24-hour stream.
Freaks and Geeks?
Yeah, I mean,
You know,
there was some.
Felicity. My special lady friend likes 90s shows and soft focus.
I love 90s shows and soft focus.
Like there was a couple of scenes at the beginning that showed real promise. The photos that she was getting on her computer. That was a cool scene. The FaceTime with her sister, and she says that she sees something in the back. I mean,
Right.
I really think they really could have utilized that at some point. Had the power stayed on or whatever, but.
So
think it was that dark.
I just think
I didn't
that
think so.
that
I could
that
see
kind of
everything.
hindered it.
So here's the thing. Like we actually talked about this a couple weeks ago. We've talked about this a few times. We talked about it when Joe and Mickey were on about technology in movies, right?
Yeah.
I think this one actually did a pretty good job
I
of
agree.
it.
It
Yeah.
updated
And-
that when a stranger calls sort of thing.
And I think it actually added to the tension because that scene with the photos I thought was great. Like I thought that was one of the better scenes in this when he's taking photos
Oh,
with her
yeah,
phone
yeah,
and
yeah.
sending them to her computer.
Yeah.
Although I do have to say
That's
this,
been done before so many times. Like the Scream TV show. I mean,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
MTV's Scream is doing it, then
Yeah.
You guys copied
that's
MTV Scream.
yeah,
Like, oh,
that's
shit.
But I
Jeez.
did enjoy the movie, and there was like a few moments that had great emotional impact. I thought, like when the killer first takes his mask off, I thought was a great scene. I kind of wish he put the mask on after a certain point, though, because
Yeah.
that mask did look pretty cool, and you could have utilized that a little bit more. And there was I don't want to spoil the ending, but there's something that she's typing on her computer,
Yeah.
like last
Yeah,
minute. I thought
yeah.
that was a really cool
Oh,
moment.
Yeah, I liked it too.
There was some really cool, like, that had a lot of heart in it
Yeah.
as well, and I thought that was kind of a neat.
Which kind of tied into what her profession was.
Yeah.
It kind of made that more relevant as just this is what she does. It just
Exactly.
and her problem with completing
Yeah.
the job.
Yeah.
well, I think that's
Well,
the-
she had
Which I
made a
like.
few.
The 7 options.
I think
Yeah.
that's the thing where
Saw
they
the
kind of
movie.
lost me was when she was seeing all these different outcomes play out. Like I liked that scene
loved it.
initially, but then there's something about it that kind of like bugged me about it.
I really
And-
like that scene.
Yeah, I liked it too. The only thing I didn't like about it is that if that's going to be the one time you do it, it works better if your payoff is a little more absolute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if you did it another time and you had a more elaborate thing happen, like, oh, well, I'm going to do this, this, and this, and that could be what work.
Mhm.
But, like, you know, you talked about Blue Balls, even though it was delivered very passionately, I felt like, you know, especially just with the conceit of what her, you know, at least in film, I didn't research her at all, handicap was, it was a little lacking in drama, I guess. Like that was one of the things. Like I felt like, I guess I have only two real complaints about this film, because the predictability, as you guys were saying, didn't bother me at all. In fact, I kind of equated it in my, I didn't publish it yet, but my Letterboxd review, that this film was like, do you guys know the band The Darkness?
Yeah.
Right? I could probably work my way around 30 seconds ahead of time every chord change in every Darkness song before I hear it. Because they just do that thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They just do traditional big dumb arena rock.
It's like paint by numbers.
Right. And sometimes, like, I hate to say it because it will trivialize it, but to make it as obvious, because you said it, sometimes paint by numbers is fun. You know, and sometimes when you deviate too much, it makes it, you know, it not only screws with your expectations, which, you know, when you know, in the hands of a very devious, a very brilliant mind, ends up being better. You know, it ends up, you know, a lot of times it ends up muddying the waters. You know what I mean? Because people are subverting your expectations without, like, really thinking about what they're gonna do. You know, they're just subverting to subvert. A couple of things I didn't like: the nitpicky Monster Zero internet troll one, right? If you're making a home invasion movie, there has to be a fucking moratorium on crossbows, right? It's still in 2016.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot make...
What's with home invasions and fucking crossbows?
Right, you
Like,
can't. That's what I mean. You can't
yeah.
make a home invasion movie and have a crossbow wielding antagonist within 5 years of your next. You just can't, it just shouldn't be. You know, that was a genre fence post, a subgenre fence post, and I feel like if that's referential, it's a little too quick.
That was the point for me where I'm like, kind of.
You know, and even the mask, like, I'm not sure, like, why he even had it, other than it's something that you do in found footage movies. You know what I mean?
I do love the fact that there was no explanation.
I love that too.
I love that.
I
like that about The Strangers, even though, like, the last line kind of killed it for me. With this one, I thought it was a lot more, a lot stronger. And one thing, going back to seeing things playing out 7 different ways when she's kind of running through all the scenarios and stuff, the reason why I really liked that scene was because she described it earlier in the film as hearing a voice in her head and hearing it, having her mother's voice. And then there's that scene where she's, you know, sitting there and thinking, and you could hear that it's her mother's voice, or what you would presume is her mother's voice. But then when that scene comes up, it's her. Like, it's like she's finally starting to, like, come into her true self with that, and I thought that was like another emotional scene, kind of. And I thought that played out really well.
I agree.
I just think that was such a cool plot contrivance that I wish they had done it more. Yeah. You know, I wish they had done it more, so you could have got, so you, like, I don't know, not to be too nerdy, but, like, understood the mechanics of it before you got the payoff you knew. Before you got the resolution that you knew you were going to get. Yeah. You know what I mean? Before you got, I have to fight. So.
Yeah, I think, and Jerry, you definitely bring up a good point, because that's something I hadn't really considered about her sort of, you know, coming of age, I guess, in a way. And it's not something that I got at the time. I think I sort of had started to lose a little bit of interest in it at that point, and it didn't have as much impact on me. But I think one of the things for me, this, especially in the first half hour, this seemed like the longest Apple ad I've ever seen.
Yes.
Right?
all like everything, the software, the hardware. It was like everything.
I
was
just
pretty
saw
crazy.
that as she's good people because that's what good people use.
I thought they utilized that technology well, but I
Yeah.
still don't like seeing that technology in movies.
Right.
So that kind of set me back a little bit. But
Though I was happy because I feel like we're getting to the point now. These secular things in cinema happen so fast now. I feel like you're now getting to the point where people are going to start trying to make things out of time without even almost like a big thing when we first started this show was the real nihilistic ending, which I'm craving for now, I guess. But and I felt like filmmakers didn't even know why they were doing it. It was just what they did. You just make a real nihilistic ending because that's what these other movies that I'm being referential to. I'm waiting for the point where films are taken like out of time a little bit because that's what the real successful ones have done. Yeah. So I was actually, to be honest, refreshed that that there was this movie seemed like it was now. Not that I dislike these out of time ones. Some of my favorite films in the past 5 years have used that conceit, but I enjoyed that this was just a little different. It wasn't even though they used it, it wasn't pretentious in the sort of way that what was that movie that I didn't like at all? I Lived, is that what it's called?
Yeah, with
was that the Frank Calhoun one? No.
Yeah, no.
the app where
It was
devil.
the guy made a fucking masterpiece, and then he made that, and I was so disappointed.
The guy who did the Maniac remake? Am I
Yes.
thinking of the right one?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Frank Calhoun. Yeah.
It was. I never would have worked my way through that.
I didn't even know that was out.
It was so far away. Yeah, it's on Netflix now, I think. But I mean, at the same time, there's also a movie called Hashtag.
Hashtag horror?
Yeah, and it's just like I don't know,
Fucking pound sign. I like that's one of the better.
Though I will defend, and it's a tough thing to defend because it only works. It only works as a gimmick. It only works as a ride. It's like talking about almost like the Blair Witch is a film. I think that is overrated as a film versus great as a ride. You know what I mean? Like I think that it
What like Blair Witch the roller coaster? Is that at Six Flags?
No one can see this because we're not live.
Yeah.
So I go,
Well, they will see it. You just get in the corner and raise your hands. Yeah.
But so though again, I'm not saying I don't even remember the name of the movie that I'm defending now.
I Lived.
The Frank Calhoun one?
No.
Oh.
Calhoun.
The one, the one that Wolfie and Nikki gangbanged me live on air for liking.
Phantasm?
Nope.
Yeah,
the one about the Skype horror movie there.
Oh, Unfriended.
Yeah. That movie works brilliantly just as itself. It is uncomparable, unrelatable to anything else because it's just that thing. You can't do a sequel of it. You can't do it again. And it just worked with and amongst itself. And your whole, for you or me, Wolfie, well, I guess I don't have that job anymore, and certainly Tiny, it was hard for me to get through because the last thing I wanted to hear was all these computer IT sounds and all this other shit that I hear all day long at my job.
Right.
But I think that it worked like that. This film managed to do technology, and it dates itself, but it doesn't date itself any more than if you watch a movie from the 80s. You know what I mean? And people, or a movie from the 90s, and every other car on the road is a Hyundai Excel. So I feel like it dated it in a very organic way, I guess is what I'm saying. But when you take Unfriended, which I liked, or call a movie, and I guess you could rename it down the line, Full Moon. I keep watching fucking Full Moon movies that I've seen 100 times because I keep getting tricked on Hulu by, what's this dangerous? Oh man, this is the one, the fucking midget Frankenstein again.
And then you keep watching it?
Yeah. No, I went through the fucking Subspecies movies. What's with that fucking...
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
It's
well, remind me to go back to fucking subspecies. That's a weird thing that happened in our friend group recently. But like, I feel like this film, long story fucking long, used technology very organically. You know what I mean? And it while it did, I think to your point, I think that we have seen that picture thing before, but this kind of like I feel like they kind of, and this is, believe it or not, I had a point the whole time. This is my second thing I don't like about the movie. I feel like they leaned on our handicap a lot of times to make you think that some of these cheap heap things were that they thought they were going to be more scary than they were.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, he could walk. Like, it wasn't scary that she was seeing those pictures. Because, we've seen that a million times. It was scary that somebody walked right up to her. She couldn't hear it. Took her phone away. Which, by the way, isn't the fucking way it works. Like, my Grammy couldn't hear anything, but she felt fucking people walking around the house. It wasn't like she was
Well, that was the
in a
thing.
coma.
It kind of devolved into regular horror movie tropes, and I forgot about the cat. And I thought the cat was going to have.
I was so happy.
The one thing I was I was
More
happy
of
about
a-
is we didn't have any fucking animal violence in this.
But
You were happy about that?
Yes, every movie kills a dog or a cat. Or
and that's what I
something.
thought was coming. I'm like, fuck.
I like
she's looking for the
animals
cat.
more than I like humans, Jarret.
That's true. That is true.
The ones in the studio, quite frankly.
See, I feel like when it comes to technology in this movie, I thought, even though I'm turned off by the idea of technology in movies, I thought that they did it in a realistic way. Like if I was in that situation, that's the exact way that I would be using this technology. Whereas Unfriended, if shit started going down, I would get the fuck off my computer and just like run somewhere. Just get the hell away from all technology whatsoever. And I think that this film just did it the right way. Whereas all the situations that she was in, every move that she did when it came to using her cell phone or her laptop was totally understandable.
It didn't date it in a bad way. It
Yes,
dated
I
it
agree.
organically.
Yep, and I definitely agree with that as well. It definitely, when you look back at this film in 10 years, it definitely will feel outdated, but not to the point of
Not any more than anything else. That
well,
we
yeah,
watched from-
like you said, Mars, last week or the week before that was with Unfriended. That movie was out of date when Skype updated.
Right.
2 weeks later, you know.
Skype doesn't look like when I did Cult of Muscle a couple weeks ago. Skype doesn't look like that anymore.
Yeah,
So it's it doesn't work that way.
Well, right, you can watch Fletch when he's doing the microfilm, looking about the fucking dude
Right,
from the
yeah.
airwaves. That's what they had back then.
Sure.
It doesn't take you out of the flick.
No, it's just a matter of, you know what I mean? Like, I would hate to, because in my head that's still what the world looks like. But I would hate to go back and watch something I adore, like 16 Candles or Pretty in Pink,
Right.
and like really look at what they were, whatever kinds of technology they were wielding and stuff like that. Like, the one thing that stands out to me in those films, which is funny, is payphones. Like, I can't imagine
Right.
that anyone ever talked to anyone else, because someone had to go to a phone and then call another phone under the hopes that that other person was near that phone.
right. Now you can't get away from your
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
phone. And I don't know. There's something that bugged me about, like, I wanted more of a motivation for the killer, and maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe that's just kind of what I wanted, but I just felt they could have done something way cooler with this, and then it just, without giving too much away, I just feel like there wasn't a payoff there for, and who knows what this dude was doing.
Sure.
Was he a former, was he an ex of the neighbor? Was, I don't know.
Well, chances are he's if you looked at his crossbow, he's done this before, but no, judging by the notches on the stock.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's just someone that does it for the
It
thrill
was like
of
notch
doing
one, Ty West. notch two, that redhead. So he's done at least once. I think that this film could have benefited it, and this is not something I necessarily thought of just because we're talking about it, and I'd like to see what you guys think. This film could have benefited from a dual narrative, like a dual perspective. Like if we saw like, if we got to see him stalk that, even though it was a cool scare, if we got to see him stalk that original girl, and then got to see him work through, like, wow, like, here's, a two for one. You know what I mean?
Fair.
Like,
It's almost like if the neighbor was more of the main character who visited the friend who was deaf. Maybe. Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm
No,
talking
like
about
a duel between the killer and the girl.
Yeah.
So we found a little more of, like,
Right.
if not who he was, or even why he was there, like why he was doing things, because he seemed to have a very sociopathic ADD about the way that he did things, about his cat and mouse game, and how he knew he was going to set up. That said, he couldn't have done that with the other friend because she wasn't gone that long.
I feel like that definitely would have benefited for the fact that it would have made the film a little less generic. It would have gave it a little bit something more. Yeah.
I mean, I think that, we talk about crossbows versus home invasion films. I can't believe, to give credit where credit is due, when I just shit on one of his movies, I guess, I can't believe there aren't more films like the Maniac remake now. You know what I mean? Like, that's a very, maybe
I watched
feel
that
like
yesterday.
Dexter had played it out maybe, but, like, that was a fascinating point of view for
Well, there is
that sort of
Hardcore
category.
Henry. No?
It's true.
I'm off camera, so you can't see my look at this.
Dead
People
silence.
are fucking
for
loving
that
it,
one.
and I
No,
don't
I
know.
want to see that.
I haven't seen it. I missed it at the Toronto premiere,
Yeah.
but
I think Hardcore Henry for me would be throw up on the people in front of me.
I mean, I think it, like, I would watch it just to be entertained. Be like,
spectacle.
oh,
Yeah.
hey, this is cool, but I wouldn't leave saying, oh, that was an amazing movie. Whereas Maniac, I thought, did some really cool things within that perspective. And I just, I feel like Maniac was much more of an art house movie than people like to think of it as.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that.
And the soundtrack is fucking awesome.
Oh,
great.
yeah.
It's one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
great.
it's so good.
That's one that I actually listen to all the time, as opposed to It Follows, which I loved it when it came out.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to get back into some sort of, you could tell by the amount of Kit Kats I've eaten. I'm trying to get into some sort of, like, exercising, like, regimen again. And I went out walking yesterday, and I'm like, oh yeah, like, I'm gonna make a score compilation, put some of my new synthwave records on, because I've never kissed a girl, and like I literally felt like I was listening to my MRI as It Follows score was on. Like, I was like, this is
I went to sleep one night listening to that. Like, I don't know why. I was like, all right, I'm going to fall asleep listening to the It Follows soundtrack. And my girlfriend woke me up and, like, was hitting me. She's like, turn that off. I can't sleep with this.
Do you listen to, like, a Slasher Film Festival Strategy or Pentagram Home Video?
Slasher Film Festival Strategy is a band that I have written on an envelope on my desk because I found out about them in the back of a Rue Morgue.
I think you would like them.
Yeah, I think so.
And Pentagram Home Video is doing stuff like that too, like kind of some synthy stuff. I know Death Waltz just put out his first record. They re-released it.
I can't say. That's my problem with all these synthwave bands, because I can't say the name of any of them. This is what I've been listening to. I bring it with me because I'm like, do you listen to this?
See, if you need to exercise, just listen to Carpenter Brute over and over again. Have you ever listened to Carpenter
I just
Brute?
found out about them the other day
Okay.
because people like, oh, the new, because they were just putting, like, I was just
Yeah, they
seeing
had
that
that
the
video
new, that
that
the new
everyone
Carpenter,
was going nuts about.
new Carpenter vinyl, like, already sold out, and I'm like, what do you fucking mean? Like, I didn't think it came out for another, like, 6 weeks. Like, what are you talking about? And it was that. So they're somebody who I've been looking to, like, look up more. But I got hooked up from our good friend Jake McLarge from the Cult of Muscle. Signed me up for one of those synthwave $3 bundles.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and every single thing I got from that thing was awesome. Like, I'm thinking $3 if I get an album, I'm gonna be really excited.
Yeah.
But I love them all. And this one band, D Nunvin, I think it's called. I took a picture of the cover because, like I said, I can't use words. I don't speak the Queen's English.
Are we geeking out over synthwave too much right now?
It's called D Nunvin, the Sentinel.
I love the fucking artwork.
I do
for
too. My only
every
problem with
single
it
one of
is
those.
it's like 2 records, because, like, half of it's what it looks like it is, and the other half of it is like a late '80s Depeche Mode knockoff.
Oh, okay.
So he will have the "You don't understand me," and it's like, oh, come on. No, I like this too.
All you have to do is get the Carpenter Brute trilogy.
I'm doing it.
It's 3 EPs. It's amazing. If you have Spotify, it's on there. Just get the fucking vinyl. It's incredible. And if you ever need to work out or do anything energetic, that is the music to pump you up.
Exercise is
I don't do shit. Trust me.
Workout, like
Yeah.
I would never take that pretension. Like,
All right, back to movies. Sorry.
no, that's what happens.
That's what the show's about. Detours and
Detox.
and detox, yeah. So the one thing I got before we go to a verdict, the one thing I have to talk about, and let's try to keep it spoiler free, that fucking tub scene. Did that bother you guys at all?
Yeah.
How do you mean?
It just
A little bit.
okay.
I don't want to get into specifics because that would be spoilers.
I just want to say that scene, and I just wanted to see if other people had a
I
problem.
don't think it bothered me as much as it did you, just basing it by
Yeah.
the tone of your voice. But there was moments that I really liked about it, and there was moments. Take it or leave it.
I'm in the middle of that.
Smack dab in the middle.
Ooh.
All right. Does anyone have any additional thoughts before we head to the verdict on this one?
I don't think so.
All right.
No.
Trick or treat, baby.
I wonder if people would say you're a trick or a treat.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
All right, verdict time. We're going to let you know whether this flick was a trick or a treat, and any final thoughts we may have. You know what, Raven Shadow, you go.
Oh,
You saw it.
I guess I'll be the lead-off batter.
Get on fucking base.
Ooh, fucking trying, man. Trying since I was fucking 15 years old.
Give him his Jacoby Ellsbury shirt.
Yes.
He just tries to steal first base.
Hey, gotta catch them all. Thank you. I watched this in its entirety.
Let that be known.
Just throwing it out there.
All right.
Believe it or not, you've actually established this about half a dozen times already.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
well,
he just wants to make sure it's clear that we know.
You're slow on the uptake, MZ. I just want you to know I'm trying to spell it out for you. There are things in here that I enjoyed that I think the most interesting parts of this were not explored enough. But end of the day, I would say this is a tepid treat.
All right, MZ.
There was a lot of predictability involved, and I don't give a fuck what any of you guys say, man. I just felt that the film was shot a little bit too dark. So fuck all y'alls. And yes, there was predictability involved. I felt that certain situations could have been explored a little bit better. A couple scenes at the beginning looked like it was really going to, serve well at least at some point later on in the film, and it never came about that way, which kind of disappointed me. With a very basic plot to boot. The acting was pretty good, the performances were pretty good, but overall I expected a lot more than this. This is a trick.
All right, Jarret.
I agree with a lot of what everyone said, and I feel like I've just been shitting on it for the majority of the time, which, in actuality, I feel like it was competently done. As much as the story might have been generic, they still handled it really well. Mm-hmm. Some of the cinematography was fine. Everything was good. I would say it was a treat. What do you guys say? A tepid treat?
Yeah. It's like barely a treat.
Yeah. I'd say a little bit more than that. There was some things that I disliked about it that I mentioned earlier, but overall, with the generic thing aside, I felt like it was, if you have some time to kill, if you have 81 minutes and you want to watch a horror movie and it's on Netflix and you're already paying for a Netflix subscription, fucking watch it, treat.
Dynamo?
I was surprised by the simplicity of this because of this cat's other two films, both of which I enjoyed.
Yeah, we didn't mention that. It's so Mike Flanagan had directed the two most well-known, I guess, would be Absentia and Oculus.
Right. And Inception was so slow burn. And Oculus Oculus had like high spots, but it had a lot of moving parts, I guess. Where this film, for whatever reason, was comparatively speaking, I should say, was very linear, which might have been like maybe he's just not hardwired that way. Maybe that's why this was a little more challenging for, as the padding, as Raven Shadow would say, came to be. But I again, I agree 100%. I feel like I've been shitting on this, but I liked it. Maybe I just, am living off the high of coming off the one day a year that people are nice to me. But I think that I really enjoyed it. Like I felt like a 90-minute version of this might have tried, my patience. I felt like it was really teetering on that, too much extra or too much sitting in the dark breathing heavy, and not in the way I,
you would hope.
Yeah, not in the, my fingers are strained from holding onto somebody's windowsill sort of way. But
happy birthday to me.
Yeah. But I like this. I think that, this is comparatively speaking, you're going to find shit on Netflix that this is a fucking modern masterpiece compared to.
Mm-hmm.
So, from that point of view, like that, I always champion that, and thank you for seconding it, sir, without realizing that you're paying for Netflix anyway. There are certainly way worse ways to spend a Saturday afternoon than digging into this.
Yeah. So for me, this is a tepid treat. I also feel like we probably shit on this movie more than it deserved, but I think it was a fine movie. I think it was done. It was executed well. So all the technical aspects were there. It was shot well. It looked good. The editing was. I actually really like the editing of this, especially in the opening scene. I don't know why, but when she was cooking, I thought that the cooking looked compelling because of how it was edited. And I think there's a lot to like about this movie, but for me, it just was a little bit too much by the book. And I about like 2/3 of the way through the movie, I kind of felt like it had lost me a little bit. And there was some cool concepts here, and I think they did I just wish they had taken advantage a little bit more of what's going on with the deaf mute girl. I just think they could have done more with it. So, but it just isn't the movie for me. It's like if I were to go, Raven Shadow, you like Brazilian steakhouses, right?
Oh, I was thinking of something else, but yeah. That too. I like that too.
Oh, I love Brazilian steakhouses.
So, if I don't eat meat, as most people know, and if I go to a Brazilian steakhouse, I can look and be like, yeah, that looks good. I see you guys enjoying the food, but I'm just going to be sitting there and watching everyone else enjoy it and not.
I used to love it though, Johnny. That's what pisses
me and
me off.
Oracle
hippie
fucking shut one of those down once before a show. of all fucking people.
What'd you do? Flood its toilet?
Yeah. Remember my bachelor party?
I do. That's why I brought that up. You idiot.
That's why we went. That's why we went.
Standing up.
I didn't go. I think I only went to that.
Someone's gonna die tonight.
Did I go to your bachelor party?
Did you?
Or did I just hear about it?
I think
I feel like I might have only gone to that part, maybe.
Because that's what Johnny and MZ did, and then most folks didn't go to the adult fucking pot. I think did you go to the adult pot?
I went to the adult
Which
bar
one?
for a little bit.
Did you?
Yeah, it was at a bar right down the road.
Whose?
Mine.
No.
You go fuck yourself.
No, you didn't invite me.
You were there. I have a picture of you in the bathroom stall.
Oh, okay. Then I must have been there.
A picture of him in the bathroom stall? What?
Taking a mean old shit.
Yeah.
No, smoking tied to the.
It was like
a little disposable camera over the stall. I have you from over the. I have an over-the-shoulder picture of you, like confused.
They misunderstood and didn't take Raven Shadow to a strip club. They took him to a glory hole.
Well, with those DSLs.
Yeah, he's like at a route. It's like that's why he's denying it. No, I wasn't there.
You were on the other side of the wall.
Monster Zero, is that you? No. I feel outside. Lean closer.
But remember, we used to eat a lot of meat, Johnny.
You love reminiscing about eating meat.
With you.
I have a banana.
Yeah, banana fingers.
No,
No, not in a weird way, but in like a carnivore, kind of like stay alive kind of way.
Yeah, and I don't eat meat anymore.
Hippie.
Like a cigarette smoker who gives it up. Oh, that's not you.
Whoa.
I might give up.
Gives it up.
I
Please,
might
he
give
can't
up
even
meat for
give
a
it
little.
away.
I have to give up meat for a little while.
Well, yeah. If you,
Why's up?
Well, like it's like I can't eat any processed food.
No, if it's like a
I'm
health
not
thing.
gonna fucking go out and tackle a deer on the road.
If it's
Just yank a
point
piece right
pay
off
to
from
see
the
that.
horns.
Yeah, I kind of wish you would.
Yeah,
You did chase some turkeys out of your yard
it's
once
true.
before.
I was showing people the CryptoCast the other day. Still no one cares.
I
Except
think about that often for some reason. Dynamo chasing the turkeys.
the turkeys.
I don't know why.
All right, well, that's going to do it for our review of Hush. It is available on Netflix. Go check it out and readily available. And it definitely, of the horror thriller films available on Netflix, this is probably one of the better ones that is available.
Yeah, what are you gonna watch? Last Rites.
Last Shift.
Wait, what's the one? Is that the one? Last Shift.
Yeah, that's the one you're thinking
Has
of.
anyone watched that yet?
Nope.
Silence.
MZ, did you watch Last Shift?
No,
Okay.
not yet.
So it's better than The Last Shift, probably.
And Van Helsing.
And Van Helsing. So it is available on Netflix. And next week, we were going to do another film, but we did a little switcheroo the last minute. So next week, we're going to review, it is one of those newfangled, well, I guess it's not all that newfangled, found footage films, and it's called They're Watching. It's not They're Closing In.
No,
I thought the same thing.
it's not as
They're
good.
watching.
Both of our films, there was I believe They're Watching played Fright Fest along with my short, and then there was another movie called They Look Like People.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my god, I guess there's a lot of movies called They. I think it's coming off the It Follows, so it's it, they, and
Right.
everyone just kind
A lot of pronouns, being
Including
thrown
me.
around.
So we're going to check out They're Watching. It's available on VOD if you want to play along at home. So
if you're alive.
If you're alive, yeah. We are going to head to a break, and then we'll be back, and we're just going to shoot the shit with Jarret. I want to talk a little bit more about his film work, talk about his short films that Raven Shadow saw,
Yes.
amazingly.
Wow.
Amazing.
So we'll be back in just a couple minutes.
One dark and stormy night in the mid-'80s, Joe Bob Briggs, Harlan Ellison, and the ghost of El Santo pulled a train on Elvira while Siskel and Ebert sobbingly masturbated in the corner. From that union arose the greatest movie critic and luchador that ever lived. But we're not going to talk about him. He's kind of a dick. Instead, we're going to talk about me, El Goro, the stuttering movie fan and host of the Talk Without Rhythm podcast. Every week on Talk Without Rhythm, I discuss 2 to 3 movies tangentially tied together by a theme. I cover action.
I'm the most complete fighter in the world.
Sci-fi.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Horror.
Oh, no tears, please. It's a waste of good suffering.
And the continuing adventures of James Spader, sexual deviant.
You're not worried that I'm going to fuck you, are you? I'm not interested in that, and I'm the waist. Now pull up your skirt.
So check me out at tworpodcast.blogspot.com, drunkenzombie.com, or subscribe on iTunes. Talk Without Rhythm, the only podcast that will not attract the world. Adios.
This is Bobby Chains, Uncle Polly.
And I'm the kid Tim Nice from the Unchained podcast.
And you're now listening to Trick or Treat Radio on the Grand Guignol Network.
We're back. Yeah.
Hey, I got an announcement.
Oh, yeah? All right.
The Deadites are going to be part of a compilation.
Cool.
Along with a bunch of
This
other
is,
local
this is
bands.
new for me, too.
Yeah. We got asked. And the girls and I tried to corral Tiny, but the deadline. So the conversation went, do you want to be on a compilation with a bunch of other Worcester bands? Sure. Okay, the deadline is April 27th. And I was like, I don't know about that. So we asked Tiny, and he's actually like away till like the 24th. So he was like, I can't make it happen, but they moved the deadline up. It's basically Victor Infante is putting it together.
I saw him post
that
thing.
and he picks a cover song, and we have to do it.
Did he pick the song first?
Yep. Yeah.
Can you say?
No.
Can you tell me?
Yes.
So that's cool. I'm sure there's a deadline, but do we know a release date yet?
I mean, I've heard some of the other ones. Like, a lot of the people are just dudes with their guitar, so those were pretty fast. But
and the guitar.
I don't know what he's going to do with it. I know it should have. The only reason that got extended, he jokingly said because of my birthday, but the reality was he's on assignment this week.
Mm-hmm.
So he has a couple more weeks or a week more. So it should be good. I don't think it will make it on. It might make it on
20th Century Bastard.
Yeah, I feel real bad because Myra and I got to get together and make that happen. But she and I, she's had some medical stuff and has actually been considerably worse for wear than I have. So I don't. While I know that some people are looking forward to it, I've learned a lesson at this stage of my career in that it's better to do things when you want to do them, and I'll just wait till she's ready to get that art done. So,
all right, there's no
I
way.
I do have it. This is how close it is to coming out, folks. Like, I have all the artwork for that album, but we have to just put it together. So
there's no way my art would be even close, but if it's something like relatively easy, like I can make it happen.
I'll see. I mean, it really, as I said that, I realized how close we were, and it will probably be pretty simple for her. Like, it's just a matter of me, me just buckling down with her and getting it done. Right now, when we see each other, we're both very happy that we're still both alive.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's being alive is good.
Yeah. So.
I have the video of Michael Ravenshadow.
Yes, please.
Okay. Yeah, that's my barn.
Yep. Should I play the sound too?
That's the singer of our band,
Definitely.
Donna Matrix. On the.
What is the goal here?
So we're watching a video of Ravenshadow climb a barn.
Oh, okay. This happened Saturday.
His tiny wife.
Is that Tim Nice and Ms. M?
Yeah.
All right, you got up pretty easily.
Look at that fucking athleticism.
There's no athleticism at all.
All right, everybody run. We don't know. See you later. How you gonna get down though?
How you gonna get down though?
All right, well you got the.
A 5 foot tall woman just threw you.
He's gonna do a swanton bomb.
What were you thinking, Ravenshadow? You're on top of a barn that's like a good 10 feet.
He's the king of the world.
It's like 12 feet high, right?
Don't jump on the kid.
What's going through your head?
This Grandize of Funk just walked by. You see that? What a weird.
He didn't give a fuck that I was up there.
No, he didn't care one bit.
What's going through your head, Ravenshadow?
Is that, my...
He actually seems nervous. You're going to get hurt.
My life insurance policy. This is the part where, I'm like, how am I getting down? Well, go on your belly and we'll try to catch you.
Do you try to do... Yeah, here you go.
And
what a
this is the
fucking...
moment where I'm like,
I was
that.
in hysterics on this one.
I'm amazed you didn't fall.
You should have just rolled off.
Now I'm concerned about
They would have
my
caught you.
leather jacket, so I took the leather jacket off for the fans.
Is that Aries down there looking like...
No, if Aries was fucking
he would be
there,
he'd be standing there with his arms crossed laughing at you.
He would catch me like Batman and Robin in the Scooby-Doo episode.
Aries kept getting mad at me because he had a giant bag of Swedish fish and I kept stealing it.
So now I'm like, all right, I just want to get down now. And I'm a little awkward now. I'm kind of like flapping like a fish. And Tim Nice is like, yeah, scotch on your belly. So now I'd been drinking a little bit. But I'm like, all right, well, if this is not working.
Oh, God, dude.
Yeah,
Jesus,
not working.
really?
Yeah.
Just jump
Look
down.
at me. Jenny's got that camera that adds 55 pounds.
Yeah.
The white children are yelling at you.
I know.
Yeah. Don't be a pussy, Raven Shadow.
Oh! I give that dismount a 1.
Wow.
Wow. The Russian judges give you a 2.5.
Somebody give him some stuntman pay.
Yeah. That was exciting.
I haven't seen a dismount that bad since your honeymoon.
And the race is over. Take off the uniform.
That was awful, Raven Shadow. Do it better next time.
Listen. Nothing was broken.
Yet.
Leg's a little sore.
You don't know that.
neck hurts a little bit.
The best worst part is behind that pile. If you would like hit it wrong, that's like another 10-foot drop into the next street below. So
Oh, that would have been funny. Now that would have been funny if he like stumbled down.
Oh, it'd have been a
that
hoot.
area.
It'd
Yeah,
have been
that
a
would have
hoot.
been funny.
Here's what I was thinking. Like, what if we open the shed? There's probably a ladder in there.
No, there's not. That was the big
Really?
controversy the other day when we were trying to clear that back room. Is that
Okay.
we had all this shit that we were going to put up in the top of the barn, and we can't get up there.
Nice. That should go online for the.
No, but
fans.
there is a way for you to get. You could have got in the barn.
Yep.
But you couldn't have got. That was what it was. We had found that ladder. You could have got in the barn. We were looking at it, but we were worried that you wouldn't be able to pull yourself out of the. I don't know what that's called. The thing on the barn that opens up that you throw hay out.
The hayloft.
Hayloft.
Yeah, when you're having a hoot nanny or whatever.
That's because Raven Shadow
When
has
you're having
like
a hoedown, like
Raven Shadow has negative muscles.
Yeah.
Listen, I got up on it. You know, much like the table at Rocket Shock, I climbed on the shed.
yeah, but like that was like a Donna Matrix fastball special.
Yeah. And I was concerned because I had my combat boots on, but she kind of lifted me up.
She's like one tough broad.
Yeah.
I was very surprised. So this is how the conversation went on our thing. Tim Nice goes, and I wasn't drinking, so like I didn't see like an edited version of this. I saw Tim Nice like, yo, I can go up on this shit. Right? So I'm like, I don't know, Tim Nice. So we tried it, and he got up there, and like Chains, and I don't know, Chains and somebody else had him, and he started to like rock back. He's like, he like had his hands on the edge. He's like, I can't. I can't. So then we were thinking about, Chains going up there, and I'm thinking like, I wish I knew somebody that was like deathly ill. And then I looked at me, and I'm like, for some reason that's not working out. And then like Raven Shadow went by, and I was like, Raven Shadow.
And I was all excited because I'm like, I'm involved in something. And then I'm like, all right, hey guys.
And you didn't have to watch a movie for it.
Yeah.
People are actually requesting my help.
Yeah.
All right. Enough about your escapades on the barn.
I was on the fucking barn.
Escapade.
I would much rather see the video of Dynamo taking a shit and being lifted off the toilet by the amount of shit that's beneath him.
My ass hurts.
That would be the noise.
Yeah, what was the sound that you made,
I
Dynamo?
don't know. I'm sure I have bloody drawers though.
Hello, Dynamo. How are you?
Yes. The voice of Zachary Lee starts.
It's Elmer.
Yeah. As your shit.
Oh, hello, Dynamo.
Oh, hello, Dynamo. Oh, how you doing? How you doing?
Oh, we got
Dynamo,
bread on sale,
how are
aisle
you?
4.
How you doing?
Clean up at aisle 10.
Get the part-timers.
All right. Well, let's talk about some films with Jarret.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
So, Jarret has done he's done his own short films. He's a producer. He produced the upcoming The Mind's Eye, which we're super excited about.
Yeah.
Technically, I co-produced it.
Oh,
Technically.
Technicality.
I have to say that,
you're
otherwise
only
if
a
Joe Bigas is
co-producer?
listening, he's going to give me shit for it.
You mean you're only a co-producer? Oh, jeez.
All right, I'll leave now. Bye, guys.
And take your gifts with you.
All right.
Whoa.
Look at this. I'm looking up Jarret on IMDb right now, so
There's
I have everything
like
right here.
nothing.
It actually does say co-producer.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Is Monster Zero
It
on
does not
IMDb?
say second unit director and C camera operator as well.
Sons of bitches.
Those motherfuckers. I got a bone to pick with Joe Begas.
Look, my IMDb page is bare compared to yours, dude.
Well, let's
like 22 movies though.
Let's look yours up. Actually,
Okay.
Yes, please.
is it under your?
It's under Monster Zero.
No, it's not. You
Is
can't.
it the full first name?
You can't print that.
No.
Just the
First four letters.
Okay.
Yes.
Back
Did
to
you
a
choose
Fiesta.
that or?
You don't want to
no,
give
no,
away
I
your
don't
first name?
Well, it's on Facebook. So.
I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to spoil his first name.
I don't see you on here. Oh,
Dick.
more name matches. Let's see. It's not that
You
one.
can't tell me the star of Blood, Pigs, and Fetus is this flat out.
You sure
do,
it's not?
do a search for one-time contributor.
It should say, try my name and then number 4 after that.
What?
Roman numeral 4. Because there's three other people with my name.
Why is Blood Pigs isn't even showing up? What
I
the
don't even know
fuck?
how to do that on my phone.
Blood Pigs is all one word.
Oh, okay.
Do his first name and then an ampersand.
Blood Pigs, one word. It's all I see is wood pigeon.
Oh, God damn it.
What's Blood Pug?
That was the shooting title.
Why are we even doing
Jared,
this?
can I have one more bottle of whiskey? I can't take it.
Don't ask, just take.
All right, thank you,
I
brother.
see. I got it right here.
Yeah, you have a bookmark.
Oh.
Is Brian Paulin going to be on there? Maybe I'll look him up.
It's not one word. There's a space.
It is. Well, now it's not one word. I did put it in as one word before. Either way, I'm here.
Well, you're here.
Oh, Blood Pigs is 2 words.
Okay.
And there
There
it
we
is.
are.
Starring. It's your full fucking name. You son of a
No,
bitch.
some of them has just my partial name. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but it is your full name, you
Yeah,
son
I
of a
see.
bitch.
Yeah.
I'm looking at
We do have a guest.
Yeah, we do. Why are we even doing this?
That's all right.
You have 3 credits to your name.
Yes.
Cryptic Plasm, Blood Pigs, and Fetus.
Yes.
Weren't
And soon Morbid Tales.
Yeah, that should be on there. Weren't you in more?
Yeah, my wedding.
Yeah,
video.
yeah. I was. Yeah, I was in.
What about-
I was in Cricket Snapper, and I was also in Eamon's Road.
What about Monster?
Those real movies?
These
What
are
about-
real movies? Yeah.
What about Monster Zero's DSL's Tokyo SOS? What about that one? That's not on here.
Yeah, with Ludacris.
Godzilla versus Monster Zero's DSLs.
That's a fucking movie.
Andy
Guillermo
Price
del
have an
Toro.
IMDb?
So and Jarret, we're looking back at Jarret's now. We're looking at a real person's IMDb page here.
That's not a real person's IMDb. That's pitiful compared to a lot of people.
Why is there only one credit for director?
What does it say for?
They're closing in.
Oh, most of my shorts I just don't put on IMDb because
okay.
I could give a shit less.
Gotcha. All right. Well, we did check out a few shorts, and you've made quite a few of them. They're closing in. I did see on the big screen at Boston Underground Film Festival, and that was a pretty good time checking that on the big screen.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So why don't we?
It was way more fun watching Wendigo on 35.
I agree. That was fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta admit that was my first time seeing the film.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's great.
It's a great way to see it. 35 mil on the big screen.
We watched that right before The Mind's Eye because John Sparadakis was cast in The Mind's Eye, but before we cast him, Joe watched it separately, but I got the VHS along with Habit. So I just had like a Fezzen marathon
right
myself, which was amazing.
Awesome. Yeah, I saw you at Buff, or at least, we hadn't met prior, and then I saw Larry, and I saw you guys talking, and I was just kind of like, I don't really want to go interrupt, and be like, hey, I'm the guy from Trick or Treat Radio.
Yeah, well, you would much rather talk to Larry than to me. Let's be honest.
Yeah, talk to me.
Well, I didn't
you.
I didn't know Larry Fine was going to be in the studio.
Larry is the man. I love that guy.
I got to admit, I didn't get to stick around for the entire Q&A because I had to go catch the tea, but he seems like such a sweet dude.
Oh, he is.
Like, just hearing him talk about his films and man, seems like such a nice guy.
I remember when we wrapped him out of The Mind's Eye, his scene that day was just cracking open a beer, taking a sip, and doing his line. And we did that take, like
from a bunch of different angles multiple times, so he's probably had like 4 or 5 beers deep. So I'm driving him home, and my car was having problems. For some reason, the first gear in my car didn't work, so I'd have to like automatically shift to the second gear manually. And so I was super paranoid about that. I'm like, my car's going to stall out while I'm driving Larry Fessenden to a train. And he was just cracking beers the entire way and talking to me about Tom Waits. And I was just like, this guy is the fucking man. If every person can be like Larry Fessenden, life would be
He's a hot shit, man.
We're going to get him on the show. We've talked about him for 5 consecutive weeks.
I know.
He should be talked about every week. The guy is a fucking legend.
He's probably the person we've talked
also,
about. He's probably the person we've talked about most on this show.
Probably,
Ty West.
No, I think we've talked
Fessenden
about Larry more. Yeah,
maybe. Yeah.
Fessenden more.
A lot of the time we talked about Ty West, we inevitably talked about Larry.
Well, the only one who brings up Ty West is you. The only people that bring up Larry Fessenden
That's
is
not true.
everybody else.
Tiny had that Ty West.
I'm Ty West.
Tiny had that Ty West. So one of the other members of the Deadites is on sabbatical. He's been gone for about 2 years now. He had like he liked House of the Devil so much that anything that came subsequently after it that he didn't think is good, he took it like Ty West peed on his mom. So like every subsequent movie
in a good way or a bad way?
In a bad way.
In a hot
I mean,
sexual way.
I
It can
know
be a
from-
good way.
I know from growing up she liked that. But like, whoa, he's not here to defend him. He's not even in Necronomicon right now.
Wow.
She was dirty.
So
She's dirty.
I want to talk. Let's start with their closing in because
Okay.
that's your latest film that you've done. So why don't you talk about what was the inspiration for this flick and like how did this all come about?
Well, with that short, we shot The Mind's Eye, which was a 36-day shoot, and it was over the winter in New England, which when you see the movie, you'll notice that there's about 4 feet of snow, so it was a brutal-ass shoot. I worked a full-time job at the time, and Joe approached me about co-producing it, and so I knew, like, I can't do this unless I leave my job, but I couldn't leave my job because I had a family and health benefits and all that stuff, so I faked a back injury at work to get the time off of work. So
bravo.
Edit that out, John.
No, that's fine. I left that job now, so I no longer work there.
You guys,
so we can
I was
say
fine.
Yeah, I was all cool. So I saw Dr. Winteroff.
Oh yeah,
and he gave me the winter off.
Doing backflips out of the door.
I ran.
So
I did a Van Terminator. What do you think of that?
So he gave me my doctor gave me 2 months out of work.
And by him.
Which I did not have back problem.
By the way, I really do have cancer. I am not making a movie.
Yeah,
right
what I'm saying does not reflect what Dynamo does. So I got 2 months out of work. The shoot was about 6 weeks, and then after that, I had nothing to fucking do, and I just wanted to be on set again. So I just wrote this short and said, like, I talked to a few friends. The short, the crew was very, very small. It was me. It was my buddy Matt Ferrara, who was doing Boom Up. My brother slated about half the time until he fell asleep. His girlfriend did makeup for like the first 30 minutes. And then we had 2 actors, which were also in The Mind's Eye, good buddies of mine. So, as soon as we wrapped with The Mind's Eye, I was just like, I'm going to write something. We're going to shoot it before I have to go back to work. So that's what we did. The inspiration for the short was, if anyone's seen the short, I'm not sure if you have. It's available online.
I actually have to tell you, I loved it.
Oh, thank you.
Like I'm always skeptical of super shorts.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like they're going to be empty calories. You know what I mean? Like it's like what am I actually going to get out of this? But there's like, great payoff, super great visuals. Like I loved it. Like
thank you.
The
very good tension too, without knowing anything about what's going on, which is kind of hard to pull off.
Was it too dark though, Montezero?
No, it wasn't.
It was a pretty dark shoot.
The movie was fucking dark. Okay, so shut the hell up.
Wow.
Baldy.
Yeah, the Hollow was dark too. Yeah.
Hallow.
That one too.
But yeah, so we shot it in one night. We shot it in about 6 hours or so, and it was just when we shot it, it was just like because most of the shorts that I shoot is just getting a few buddies together and just fucking making a movie. And so with this one, most of the shorts that I do is just, I put them online. I put the link on Facebook so friends can see it and whatnot. So with this one, once we finished, I actually sent it to Joe Begas, and he's like, oh, you should, and Josh as well, Josh Ethier, who was the editor, and he starred in Almost Human and whatnot.
Yeah. Yep.
If anyone's unfamiliar with him. They were actually the ones that convinced me to submit it to a few festivals. And I've never submitted my work to any festivals, so I was like, it's not good enough. Everyone's going to, every short's better than mine. But it actually got into a few festivals, which was pretty cool. So it played London Fright Fest, which I didn't get to go, but it played a few other festivals. I got to see it at the Egyptian Theater in L.A. for Beyond Fest, which was pretty fucking rad.
That's
I got
amazing,
really drunk that night. But yeah, so the inspiration for the short, it's pretty much just two people. It's a couple that are trapped inside of a house. There's something outside that you don't know what it is. And, the inspiration, as much as my wife is going to be mad at me for saying this, when I was working on The Mind's Eye, like I said, it was a 36-day shoot. At the time, my daughter was 1.5, and I was gone for about 36 days. So we argued a little bit. Things got heated at moments. But so basically, this was just inspiration for that. And it was just, what would happen if a couple were in a room stuck together, having all these problems, and they can't walk away from each other. They don't have a break from each other, and they're forced to deal with it themselves. I want to go on record and say that I love my wife. She's the best person in the world, and she's probably going to be mad at me that I said that out in the open, but that's all right. I love her.
Well, no, to be fair, I totally get that. As someone who gets a lot of arguments.
As someone who's seen a lot of couch time, talking to this.
Yeah. And
of course he knows.
We've said it before. My wife and I tried to build a little armoire for our TV and almost got fucking divorced. You know what I mean? I didn't want to talk about the fucking grill, let alone being besieged by some kind of threat. So, and it's funny, we did the ABCs of Death on the show a couple times, 1 and 2, and for those 3 to 5 minute shorts, and I guess the term super short is a thing. What I would say about watching this is I wanted to see more.
That's the point with it.
Exactly, and that's what's conveyed.
Because I started off in the middle of everything, or you can argue towards the end, and I didn't show you the end in hopes that people would say,
because this has all the makings of a really decent Twilight Zone episode or Amazing Stories.
What an endorsement!
I love Amazing Stories.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a good endorsement, Monster Zero.
Shut the fuck up.
Just
keep feeding your face.
This would be a mediocre
just keep talking.
Stuff
just keep
peanut
talking.
butter cup.
Just keep talking while you're eating at the same time.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I could have a fucking mouthful of shit, candy, and booze. That'd still make more sense than you.
Yeah, fuck you, dude. You got an ass full of shit.
Candy and booze.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Yeah.
But yeah,
thanks for coming in, Jarret, as a guest. I appreciate coming to the studio.
Do you see like making a larger feature out of this, or?
No, not really. It's just I played with the idea of that at one point, but I kind of bailed on it and just decided that it's kind of best left where it is. But yeah, so I mean, we shot it in one night. The thing is, my buddy was having a screening at AS220 in Providence, and he wanted unreleased work from filmmakers. So I was like, oh, that was my main motivation to make this short. So, we shot it, I think, the second week of April, and I was like, oh, I have to have a cut done by May 1st to show it. So it was edited within 2 weeks, shot in 6 hours or so, and it is what it is.
It's pretty impressive because, I mean, obviously it is a short, but there's obviously there's a ton of stuff that goes into getting that done still. Yeah. So it's pretty cool to see that you were able to get it done in such a short amount of time, and you wouldn't think so based on what you see in front of you.
It only cost me $40 too.
Oh, wow.
That was the budget.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I bought for the lights for the people's mouths that are glowing outside, I just bought headlights. That cost me $20, and then I bought a few pizzas. And that's about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's pretty amazing.
One thing I was really impressed
Must have been
with
the cutscenes because we didn't see that on screen.
Yeah, all the
damn
scenes
you.
where everybody's
Once-
eating pizza and letting it on the cutting
What's a
room
weekie's
floor.
been getting me lately? One thing I was impressed with, and it's one of the things we were, I feel as a reviewing group this week, we were in the middle of Hush. I like how you use the shorthand of like genre tropes that we, as soon as the female lead asks like how many now, like you're there, we've seen enough of these to know. And then you subverted our expectations by it's not zombies, exactly. It's not this. It's these outrageous, outworldly imagery, which I think is like an iconic imagery. Like I hope tons of people see the short. I'm not just because you have been feeding me whiskey, because I feel like, yeah, it's great, it's well done, but I feel like that is a really iconic imagery out there. It like was super original and harken back to things like The Fog and like other stuff that were like even that kind of like fire in the sky type imagery, like sure. And I feel like I was hooked then, like while I feel like I love what you did and that was it, I was like I'm in now. If this was the what does Raven Shadow say? The moosh. If some other people were running foul of these guys, I would be ready, willing, and able to check that out. So awesome! We don't often get to say right to somebody's face like that we loved it. So
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
And we were
now
talking.
Could I have more whiskey?
He was just buttering me up so he could get my drink.
Your film's really cute, but let's pass the bottle. That's good.
Is that great?
But like we were talking about earlier, like this is obviously very influenced by like the works of Carpenter and things like that.
Yeah.
Which I kind of wear that a little bit on my sleeve. But it's. I don't know where I was going with that. I totally lost I'm just going to drink more whiskey. I guess that's the problem.
Yeah, I know.
When in doubt.
I definitely noticed Carpenter. I noticed bits of like The World's End.
Yep.
Being.
You actually just remind me. In high school, actually, I wrote this outline for a feature that would be basically Romeo and Juliet with zombies, and then. After that, there was a specific scene where they, look at a gun, count the bullets and everything. And then Shaun of the Dead came out and had that exact scene in there. And I was just like, oh, well, I can't do that anymore. So eventually, 10 years later, when I'm getting ready to do the short, I called back to that idea with just a couple, kind of like a Romeo and Juliet story, but a little bit more damaged. And the idea came from that. But I didn't want to use zombies because zombies, there's way too many of them anywhere you turn. So that was kind of the influence of just not explaining what they are outside, just giving them kind of an eerie look to it and do something cool with the lighting and everything. And so basically it is based on zombies, but I didn't want to explain what exactly they were. So it kind of riffed on that a little bit. And thank you. I appreciate that.
It still could have worked with zombies on its own, but I think that element of what are they? Are they aliens? Are they whatever? There was just enough to make it different, which was the missing ingredient.
Awesome. It could have been like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, for all we know. I mean, it could have been just about anything, and that's
it was very influenced by that and works of Carpenter, zombies, and it's just a whole modge podge of horror delights.
It could have been dudes like bikers out there. You know what I mean? Like whatever,
I would have been cool with
whatever
that.
the threat was.
Yeah.
Bikers.
Yeah.
Bikers.
Real bikers doing real bike
That's
things.
what they fucking do, okay?
Could have been like, dear God, no.
It ain't all fucking parking at Dunkin' Donuts on weekend nights in the summertime. That's weird how the bikers hang out. Bikers and cops hang out at Dunkin' Donuts. That's weird.
Bikers.
They love those donuts, man.
Yeah.
Cops and donuts goes back.
Caps and robbers.
Caps and rabbits.
Dear God, no!
There it is.
Zika virus.
So
on their Harleys.
Now that you've had a chance to, to have it play in front of audiences and theaters and stuff like that, did it kind of give you, did it give you a rush? Is it something you want to do more of, or are you happy just to do shorts here and there?
No, I mean, obviously the goal of any filmmaker is to try and go further than what you've done, and I feel like every short that I've done has been kind of experimenting a little bit more and trying to push the limits a little bit. Like the first shorts that I was doing was just a few friends in my living room saying like, oh, let's do this. And it always, the way I used to make films, because I've been making shorts for about 4 or 5 years, and I don't count the first 3 years because they were pretty bad shorts. But I always try to have like this comedic payoff at the end, just as a way to distance myself from the film, to say like, oh, well, if you didn't like it, it was a joke anyway.
Right.
So then eventually I started trying to take myself a little bit more seriously and try and cut back on the jokes and try and make things a little bit more serious. And I've become friends with more people that are more than just friends. They're actors and people who have worked on sets and things like that. Whereas before it was just like, hey, you're my friend, why don't you act for me? And it's kind of awkward for them, and you know, it's not the best way to go about it. But eventually, you know, like Susan Travers is a great actress who has acted in many of my shorts, and Michael Cicero, who played the male lead in They're Closing In. He's acted in Almost Human, The Mind's Eye. He's a phenomenal actor.
He's a big dude.
He is. He's a fucking powerhouse, though. The shit that guy was doing for They're Closing In, like when I wrote it, I did not expect. It's a really weird thing when you write something and you finally hear and see someone reading those lines to you.
It's gotta be awesome, right?
It's pretty crazy, and especially when you got someone very talented like that. Every person who has seen They're Closing In comes up and says like, Michael Cicero dominated that fucking role because he's a madman, you know.
Oh, sure. And then at the end, when the denouement, which is
oh Jesus,
which is French for
denouement.
Yeah, your lady runs amok. But no, it was like and once again, being a guy who's been in a lot of arguments. It's just, I didn't mean that.
No,
why'd you do that? You know, and you feel for the dude.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, because going back to like my wife's situation and everything, like basically what I try and tell her and what the short is about is basically like, as much as we can argue, I can never live without you.
Right.
And as dark as that is, it's kind of the truth. Like if something were to happen to my wife, like I don't know what the fuck I'd do. I'd probably just blow my brains out, which is They're Closing In.
Or go to the strip club.
Spoiler alert.
Sure. I mean, I'm not saying I could.
I hate strip clubs. I went once when I was 18. And I just thought about everyone's parents that was there, and it was like the most awkward situation in the world.
Tell me, I
never
know what
gone
you
to
mean.
a strip club.
I know what you mean. I mean, I had one guy sitting next to me for about 11 hours.
You went to the wrong joint. All right. He's staying at home. Jarret, you're going to come with me in the chain gang when we both get divorced. It'll be a good time. All right. I don't that I want that to happen, but if it does, plan B.
If it does.
Plan B.
Plan B. I like that.
They'll be outrageous.
Excellent.
We'll put it on YouTube if it works.
Well, you think about their parents. Usually they're in the back room getting ready for their set.
You ruin everything.
The parents are at their glory hole you're at.
Those DSLs.
Yeah.
Put it in my teeth.
The other thing, and you know, John Carpenter got mentioned. The other parallel is you also did the score for your own movie.
I did, yeah.
So you know, there's that whole Carpenter thing right there. I mean, he's not the only person to score his own films, but you know, like there is that connection as well. How was that experience of scoring the flick as well?
I mean, I used to play in bands in high school and stuff. It's been a while since I've played. Normally I play guitar in bands and everything. I'm not a keyboard or piano player at all.
Yeah.
But when it comes to shorts, you know, it's just kind of a means to an end. When I make a short, it's instead of getting a bunch of people around, the process taking a lot longer than it should, being, you know, like let's say I were to hire a DP or a cinematographer, then I'd have to explain to him exactly how I want the shots, and he could do it about 3 or 4 times. It's like, no, I want it like this, so fuck it, I'm just going to operate the camera myself.
And then plus you're paying them because you're hiring them.
Exactly. So that's the reason why you make films for $40.
That fucking blows me away. That for real, what we just watched and we watched was cost $40.
Yeah, well, I mean, it inevitably costed more than that because I bought cameras, bought sound gear, and things
but
like
you
that.
Had,
it's just
but essentially
things that I've been accumulating over the years, whether it be working weddings and things like that.
And that blows my mind. Like, and we've talked on the show before.
Where my 9 to 5 job is where they film scenes for American Hustle.
Mm-hmm.
The whatchamacallit,
the
Christian Bale joint.
David Russell.
Yeah, David Russell. And there was a week of shooting where they blocked off streets, changed signs, frontage to look like the 70s. And if you watch the finished product, none of those scenes were used.
Yeah.
So the cost
Spent
of
a lot of money.
It blows me away. And then we talk about the guys at Astron 6 and what they do on their budget. So I'm curious is, give you a budget, what are you coming back with?
You got your checkbook with you? Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
right? How much money you got? I'll give you something.
If MZ stops buying Transformer fucking toys, you can get in business. You can make fucking Hobbit with a shotgun.
I mean, it's honestly just the way that I'm used to, because when I started doing shorts, I assumed like, oh, I have to operate the camera, I'm going to direct,
Right.
and no, I don't know anyone that edits, so I'm going to end up editing it and whatnot. So everything kind of built from that. When it came to the score, I mean, there's a few shorts that I did that I would have loved to have someone score it or anything, but I did not have that option, so I used like royalty-free music, and I just didn't feel like doing that again. So I tried, and since then I've been writing a lot more music when it comes to like the synth wavy kind of stuff, and so that's pretty much what it built on. It was a lot of fun, just because it was something that I haven't done before, and every process when it comes to shooting and editing and scoring and color correcting, all that stuff is just exciting because you see it building more and more, and you see everything starting to finally take shape, which is pretty cool. Next thing I got to do is get a decent sound guy, though, because I had my friend who, like, he did a great job, but he's never held a boom mic in his life, so it would be nice to get a sound guy next time. Yeah. I'll pay them. I don't mind doing that.
I've had boom mic experience.
There we go. Here's my man right here.
One time boom mic holder.
That's right.
One time contributor to boom mic.
Everything
operator.
I've done in horror has only been once.
I've one time contributor to
He also
boom mic
stabbed the house
aficionado.
once in a film.
That's right.
2-time best boy. That was weird.
If you need anyone to tell anyone else in your film that they have plenty of noodles over here.
My man right here. I like that.
I'm the king of the noodles, apparently.
And he's also not the Red Cross.
And I'm not a fucking nurse.
It's not a problem at all. I got plenty of noodles over there.
Oh, God. Every time I hear that line, it makes me cringe.
What about this one?
I'm not the fucking Red Cross, and I'm no nurse.
Is that one better?
That's better than I got plenty of noodles, because I got that plenty of noodles line just drilled. My accent comes through, and one thing I don't want to do when I'm acting, is have my accent come through. I want to, sound out my R's. I want to say ing. I don't want to have any, New England dialect going on when I'm speaking. But that's me.
Oh, what are we pulling up now?
This is the movie with those quotes, Blood Pigs.
Yeah. He delivers every line, and it sounds like this. I am Monster Zero. I am fighting much good zombie.
We're gonna find the scene.
Which one?
The sword fight.
There he is.
Oh,
Look at that guy.
Look at that badass.
Yeah, I kill a child.
She had it coming.
I'm
She was
pretty
being
proud.
kind of a bitch.
I'm pretty proud
Who
of
could
myself.
kill a child?
I'm pretty proud of myself with that.
For killing a child.
Die!
Jesus Christ!
Oh my God!
I wish we had the.
Hates children.
Look at the emotional impact. This guy was fucking. Look at that. Go back, Johnny.
No. There it is.
He's really moved.
I wish we had that original trailer that you
Look
don't
how
hear
like
anymore.
Scott Ian from Anthrax.
I was trying to place it. You totally nailed it.
In a world where they cast Danny DeVito as Blade.
He had to have that fucking beard for 3 years because they were doing reshoots.
He legitimately looked like Homer Simpson in disguise.
Yeah, I couldn't wait to shave that fucking thing off my face.
Wow.
Oh my
you
God!
killed the fucking kid.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
well.
kid had it coming.
You're knocking fucking Carol from Walking Dead out the box right
She,
here.
you know, I mean,
You know?
she owed me money.
Look at tattoos.
She was kind of a dick. Oh, you
Man,
crying?
The rain.
You okay, bro?
I'm all right. Oh, here we
You
go.
okay, bro?
Is this where you stabbed the house?
No, I think this is the part where I
sword fight.
Have the sword fight. Yeah,
It's the part where he gardens.
When I cry, I don't want to sound like I'm from New England. Wah! Wah! Where's my car?
No, I don't want to have that.
Why don't you
accent
work
come
on
through.
it? You can get rid of it.
No, I understand that, and I can do it when I'm acting. That's not a problem.
You're
But
playing rules over
sometimes,
there.
sometimes I forget. But sometimes, you just let it. You just let it
Dude,
slip by.
You got to be a fucking method actor.
You're fucking
I'm
good.
a
He was
method-
gonna
I'm a
pay-
method
Sweet
dome
ass
actor.
goatee, bro.
He was going to pay for his speech lessons from his horror hound winnings, and look what happened there.
One-time contributor.
I like that shovel you're using.
Yeah, you know what? I spoke to Brian about that numerous times, and he's like, "Yeah, maybe you should have used a shovel." I'm like, "Well, yeah."
Instead of a stick.
What are you?
Who
raking?
uses a stick to dig a hole?
You.
Oh, here we
Who
go.
has
Here
a
we
fucking
go.
shovel in the zombie apocalypse, though?
Plenty of people, I guess. I don't know.
Yes, this is the ultimate.
Sweet fog machine.
The ultimate show.
It's really rolling in.
I was smoking in the background.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't hire you.
Yeah.
Actually, they all they
That
need
is
to do.
Raven Shadow.
Speaking of which, happy 420, everyone.
I do it for scale.
They just have to give you a pack of smokes. That's it.
Yeah.
They don't have
Yeah,
to
well, they're
pay you.
expensive. That's to be fair.
Yeah.
That's a,
All right. Well, we'll just keep this playing.
All right.
I want to focus on.
I'm not going to say anything else. I'm just going to watch this.
We'll be asking Jarret questions about his movies. Like, yeah. I'm just watching Blood Pigs.
but what do you think about Monster Zero's performance?
Blood pigs.
Do the commentary.
Hashtag blood pigs. Look at that face right there.
I don't.
That's a sweet face, bro.
Thanks. I grew it myself.
I had a bit of. I had a bit of
The
blood
fight.
pigs on the other day.
Jesus Christ, you're like fucking the Raid right here.
No, more like Baskin inside. Like, how cool would I wish you had that beard when we were wrestling? How cool would it have been if I pulled you by the beard into like a diamond cutter or something?
This is like
No.
this is like the Turkish raid.
Yeah.
Are you guys samurai sword fighting in a zombie apocalypse?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
This
Just checking.
I love this movie too because it's a zombie, it's a zombie people apocalypse. Because the point is that the people start eating the zombies.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to send me some blood pigs, bro.
Fucking
All right. Enough.
I need it with sound to get the full
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
Enough blood pigs.
Oh.
I've known
come
him.
on.
I've known him for
achievement.
20 years. Mine got vandalized. He's like, "Oh, you can get on the site on the Morbid Vision site."
Yeah, you could just buy another one.
Yeah, I'll sign it. I'll sign it for you again.
Let's get back to Jarret.
Yeah, let's talk about me, please.
That's fair.
So I have to admit, I fucking loved the short "'Tis the Season."
Oh, thank you.
How long ago did you do this one?
That was it was shot on Black Friday, not this year, but the year before.
Okay.
And it was every year I try and do a Christmas short, just for anyone who takes the time to watch my stupid videos. It's like, oh, Merry Christmas, here's another stupid short. The year before this actually was really funny because my daughter at the time was 6 weeks old. So we did a short where what would happen if Santa were to walk into a child sacrifice. So we had my daughter, who's 6 weeks old, inside of a pentagram that we made, and a bunch of cult members around her with knives and stuff. So my wife always said, like, oh, how are you going to top that? And I had no clue. So we shot this one instead. And originally, 'Tis the Season, which you can find online. If you just search my name with any of these things, it'll fucking pop up. But with the short, we had this idea where it was going to be like a home invasion kind of thing, but it was originally supposed to be a possession story. And it was supposed to be this creature effect. And I was talking to this guy who did makeup for a short that I did before this, and he just stopped fucking answering my calls. And it was 2 days before we started shooting, and we didn't have any creature effects, and the whole short relied heavily on creature effects. So we just changed it to something that we could do practical, and we said instead of doing all these like special effects with makeup, we'll just do camera effects, and we'll turn it into like a
telekinetic person, so he's throwing us around the room and making us levitate and stuff. And this is 2 months before we started shooting The Mind's Eye.
Oh, okay.
So it was kind of like, in my thought process, it was like a precursor to that, just kind of get me pumped up for doing some telekinetics shit. But actually, it was just a means to an end to just get something shot, because we had this idea and we thought it would be kind of cool to just kind of play around in one of my friend's really nice apartments. So this was shot in 2 nights. We shot all of Sue's scenes, which is the girl. We shot her stuff, and then the night after we just ran around and just threw the camera around everywhere, and I was hoisted up 4 feet above the ground with a camera and a knife and blood tubes on me. So I'm the one playing the main person because I'm the camera operator.
Right.
So we just had fun with it and just made sure to do a lot of camera effects to make up for the fact that we didn't have special effects.
So this wasn't done with a GoPro?
No. This was done with a Red Scarlet.
Okay.
That's why it looks good.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
It does look good.
The
colors really pop on it too, man. It almost has like a I hate to use the most obvious choice, but it almost has like a Suspiria sort of sort of feel as far as the way the colors are separated. It looks really, really good.
That's the thing. Like, lighting is super important to me, and everything that I do, I try to come up with a lighting scheme. And this one is, because it's Christmas, is obviously very Suspiria, because Dario Argento loves the red and the greens together. And if you hear Wes Craven talk about Freddy Krueger a million times, he always says red and green are like the 2 hardest colors back to back for the human eye to like comprehend together. So I just thought that was a cool concept, and Christmas time you have to have the red and green, so we did that. We threw a little blues in there, and we kind of had every part have this different lighting scheme. And if you watch their closing into, it's very red and greens. It's just something I've been obsessed with since I was like smoking weed in a room with a few friends watching Suspiria back in like high school, and like, oh, every movie has to be red and greens. Like in the scene in opera when they go in the room and it starts like strobing those colors.
Oh, yeah.
It's absolutely amazing. And Argento's a big influence as far as lighting, just because I feel like all of his stuff is just beautiful.
I honestly think that, and I'm certainly not ball washing here, but this is better than most of the things that I've seen on the ABCs of Death. I think this absolutely could be like T is for telekinesis or something,
Oh, thank you.
And this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
I haven't seen. I'm watching this for the first time now, and I just like little flourishes, like why, like what you did so he didn't call anybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Like I just love stuff like that. Like all this other fireworks and everything else is awesome, but that's the stuff that win me over every time.
Thank you.
If you kick, if you kick my suspension of disbelief across the room, like I'm in.
Yeah, I mean, it's with 'Tis the Season. I mean, there's moments like I really like the camera work and everything, but certain things I'm trying to move past, just because my friend Rich, actually, who does a lot of sound for some of my stuff, said it best. He's like, you will forever only have one short, because every time I make a new short, I hate the one before it.
Right.
And then, like, once that short's around for, 3 or 4 months, I end up hating that one, say, I have to do another one.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the same thing, like, their closing in was actually a year ago we shot it. It was April 12th, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So it came to the point where it did all the festival runs and everything. I was just like, I just want to fucking put this online and just be done with it, because I don't like it anymore and I just want to do something else. So we threw it online. Twitch film, actually. Izzy Lee, I'm not sure if any of you guys.
Yeah, I love Izzy.
She's awesome. She actually helped me out and throw it on Twitch film, which I see the website right there.
Yeah, I just saw that when I was just doing some research a couple days ago. I saw that popped up.
Yeah. She's a fucking great filmmaker, too. I love Innsmouth and A Favor. Have any of you guys seen any of her shorts?
I've seen Innsmouth.
She does some really good stuff. I love her.
She wasn't featured.
Izzy.
She wasn't featured on the Homegrown Horror, but she was on another night.
Innsmouth premiered before I forget what it premiered before a feature length.
I think it was might have been Chasing Banksy, was it?
No,
or?
it wasn't that
No?
one. It was
okay.
Anti-Birth, I think.
Okay, yeah. That's right. So yeah, I did not get a chance to check that out, but
I did not either.
But yeah, very cool. So if people want to check these out, they are available. Just do a search for Jarret Blinkhorn, They're Closing In, or 'Tis the Season. Both of those are really fucking cool shorts, and everyone should track them down. We'll also post them on the Trick or Treat Radio group as well, so people can check those out. Some pretty fucking cool stuff. So I do want to talk a little bit about The Mind's Eye. I know we just got some confirmation. I think Joe posted something that it'll be coming out later on, and it was picked up by
RLJ.
RLJ. Thank you very much.
No problem. Same guys who did Bone Tomahawk.
Yeah, yeah.
Which was awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
I really liked it.
Fantastic film. So talk a little bit more about The Mind's Eye. Obviously, we talked to Joe a couple weeks ago, but from your perspective of as co-producer.
Gotta stress that. I mean, it was fucking wild just to be on set and see some of the shit that we were doing. There was a lot of stunts. There was a lot of effects. Everything is practical. The only thing that we had to do digitally was remove wires for people levitating. Other than that, like every single effect was practical. It's absolutely wild.
That's amazing.
We had just so many amazing people on set between all the actors, the stunt people, the makeup guys, Brian Spears and Pete Gerner, who did you guys see Stakeland?
Yeah.
I
love it. Love it.
The effects guys from that, and they're just fucking powerhouses. They're amazing. All the actors, actresses, like we had Graham Skipper from Almost Human. We had Lauren from Darling, actually.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Jeremy Gardner from The Battery.
Yep.
And he's probably the coolest dude I've ever met in my life. I love you, Jeremy. Matt Mercer from Contracted. I love that guy. Everyone that we had was absolutely amazing. We had Mike LaCicero in it as well. And I can't wait for people to see it because it's... The best way to explain it was when Joe was pitching it to everyone. He said, Scanners meets Death Wish. So it's a telekinetic revenge movie set in the fucking cold New England winterscape.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing at all. It sounds amazing, and I can't wait to check it out. Obviously, I know it just played Chattanooga, right?
Yeah, it played Chattanooga.
Okay.
It done a bunch of it premiered at Toronto.
Yeah.
And then we did Fantastic Fest, Beyond Fest, and many more after that. But working with Joe is always great. Joe and I are like high school. Well, we weren't technically high school buddies. We started talking after that because I worked at Stop and Shop, and he came in with a Last House on the Left shirt, and I was like, hey, you're my new best friend. So we started doing he was doing shorts with Josh, and I jumped in. I started doing I acted in one of his shorts, and then he helped us film a music video and stuff. They moved out to L.A.
Yep.
And every time he'd come back, we'd just smoke a lot of weed, and he'd show me whatever he's done. And then he mentioned he was doing Almost Human, and I worked on that doing EPK, which is just behind the scenes stuff. And to be completely honest, I just got high the entire time and took a lot of pictures. This is a 420 special.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
pretty much. So then, for some reason, after that, he wanted me to co-produce because I just got really high the entire.
You worked well under pressure.
Yeah.
Do you want a co-producer? Because I got some skills.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, the guy who is head of our promotions who never promotes. So
you
keep
don't
that in
promote.
This is on autopilot, man. It just promotes itself.
Yeah.
When you get me on here just talking about how high I got back in 3 or 4 years ago before I got a wife and a daughter.
He'd promote that. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Now that's a show.
This director got high. He's cool.
That's a movie.
No, but so we did Almost Human. That premiered and everything. And then when it came time for The Mind's Eye, he was looking for a producer. And he was talking to a few other people. I know one of them was one of the guys that... I think might be involved with the Tales from the Crypt reboot. A few other people, but essentially I don't think he wanted to pay them anything, so he knew that I would probably work for free. So I came on with that, and so we got something else in the works that we really can't talk about.
Yeah.
Well, I know he mentioned that last week.
Yep.
So hopefully there's that. Yeah.
It's very similar to how I met Mars and Tiny. I used to work at the video store, and these guys would come in and rent movies all the time, and we we realized that we all like the same movies.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, we're looking for someone who has a sampler. I'm like, oh, I have a sampler. And they're like, oh, well, come play on stage with us. So it's actually kind of similar, like, you know, with how you and Joe met. So pretty funny how that worked out.
That's awesome.
That was the entirety of like my whole dating recruiting technique. I'm looking for someone that has a vagina.
Oh, I have a vagina.
Want to
You
sleep
fit the
over? Want to sleep over?
Did that work?
Yeah, I usually only got past like I don't want to wake up my grandmother.
Romantic.
Be quiet.
Yeah. No, that's real cool. And obviously you stay out here on the East Coast, so you hold down things on the East Coast while those guys are out there having fun and partying, right?
Yeah, of course. While they're partying, I'm dealing with all the taxes and a bunch of bullshit. Thanks a lot, Joe. Just want to give a shout out to Joe for making my life a living hell for the past 3 months or so. But yeah, they're out in LA. I stay here. Like I said, I have a wife and a daughter, and I just try and do whatever I can here. For the next film that we're working on, I'm trying to kind of lay down the roots and get everything all set. So hopefully we will have more news about that sometime soon.
Well, when you guys do shoot the next film, if you need noodles, we you know, this guy's got plenty over here. So
we don't need noodles. Pass.
I am very good at being thrown around by telekinetics. I have established.
That's already done.
Yeah.
You missed that boat.
Yeah.
Damn it. Twice I missed it.
That's true, twice.
Fuck. Gonna go stab a house.
Stab a house.
Can we talk about how amazing Josh is, though?
Yeah, let's do it.
Because I fucking love that kid, Josh.
Which
and I know you guys are like that's how I was introduced to this podcast. Actually,
I know
he was a guest on here one time, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'll listen. I forget what you guys were reviewing. I think it was around the time of like Starry Eyes, maybe, or
Okay, yeah.
something
So that's
like
a while
that.
back.
Yeah.
So
A while
I
back.
fucking love that guy.
Yeah, I
met
adore him.
I met him outside of Adjust Your Tracking screening because they had like a VHS swap meet.
Oh shit!
thing
Wait,
going
we
on.
were there.
Is that in Somerville?
No, Providence.
Oh, okay.
So I know he was selling tapes outside, so I was like, what you got? And
Where were we at for that show?
No, we went to the one in Somerville. We went to
Should've been in the one in
Adjust Your
Providence.
Tracking. Yeah.
Oh man,
could have been with all you boys.
It's not a
Go with Johnny. I went. I was high in the back, and he brought me there. And that's where we went to.
Don't you had to leave because your kids got arrested.
What kid? There was a little bit. Wow. There was a slight
Let's hear that.
police entanglement and all worked out.
It seems to happen a lot.
Here, let me tell you how I handle the cops, son.
Yeah. The you know, as an aside though, that's not so rare. Josh was outside with a wheelbarrow of VHS outside of Superman v Batman.
Makes sense. That's how I met him. He was outside with like a bunch of bankers boxes just filled with tapes. I was like, yo, what you got? And after that, it's like, yo, let's be friends on Facebook so I can see what you're selling all the time. And you go to his house, he has all the best posters and stuff.
Yeah.
He helped me out, actually. He was a big part of, he actually has a special thanks at the end of their closing in. Because I had to make a DCP by myself, and I had no clue how to do that. So I tried it, and I got in touch with him, and I was like, hey, do you have anywhere I can test this?
Mm-hmm.
So he got me into a Brown thing, and we watched The Mutilator on 35.
Nice.
Right after testing my shorts.
Wow.
So,
Nice.
he is my man. I'm forever in debt, and I love him. And I know he shouted out to me last podcast, so I'm going to shout out to him now. That's my shout out. It's just a fart noise.
Yeah, no, Josh is the best. I think we met him maybe about 2 years ago, maybe a little longer. I can't remember now, but yeah, because he used to be. Was it from outside the cinema on Dynamo? Is that?
Yeah. That's how we.
That's how we initially met him, because he would be on outside the cinema all the time, and then I think we ended up meeting him at a Rock and Shock, and we just hung out with him like all weekend.
It's getting very secular and incestuous. I think Jack was on OTC this week.
Yeah, Jack Bennett. Yeah.
So like it's like you know, we're just back and forth. We're gonna start getting cold sores.
Start. No, but Josh is a really fucking cool guy, and he calls in almost every single week nowadays, and
Although he said he wasn't able to call in this week.
It's probably
unfortunately.
it's probably because Jarret was here.
Yeah, what a pussy.
Josh,
we're no longer friends. I take back everything I said. I think you're the worst human being.
Fuck your wheelbarrow.
Josh needs a sound guy for his voicemails.
Yeah, he couldn't get the Arkham copter up in the air tonight.
He's like, they wouldn't let me under the underpass to record my voicemail this week.
So there you have it. We have obviously, hopefully, we'll get some exciting news coming up about the next film you guys are going to be working on. But
hopefully,
we can't talk about that yet. So hopefully, we'll get some news soon because totally looking forward to that. The Mind's Eye looks incredible and cannot wait to check that out. So we do have some voicemails to get to. By the way, is there anything else, Jarret, before we get to voicemails? Anything you want to plug? Any social media? You do have the best Twitter handle ever.
I guess I'm going to have to plug the Twitter handle. My Twitter handle is @JaJaBlinks because I'm super annoying like Jar Jar Binks. And I mean, you can find my shorts online. Check out The Mind's Eye when it comes out. It should be coming out late summer. Yes. Other than that,
The Mind's Eye, don't you know?
Don't you know? It's really weird hearing your guys' voices and seeing you guys when normally I'm used to like listening to it in my car. So
we're sorry about that.
Yeah, you guys should be apologizing.
We're
for this
sorry about
fucking
that.
Weird.
Yeah. We're sorry.
My mother and father probably have some blame.
Yeah, bastards.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I don't mean
to call your parents that.
They both were. They both somehow. Even my mother was a bastard. My mother was a motherless son.
Things just got real dark.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just like earlier. Yeah. What we were talking about earlier, we were talking about the director of Demon hanging himself, and then someone came in with something else, and it just got really dark.
Then it turned to cancer. And
shit demons.
It's gonna get even darker. It looks like China is dead.
What? No.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Are you kidding me?
The whole continent?
The whole continent? No. The wrestler.
No.
It is with.
Kidding me.
I'm reading something here from her Facebook. It says, "It is with deep sadness to inform you today that we lost a true icon, a real life superhero, Joni Lauer, aka China, the ninth wonder of the world, has passed away. She will live forever in the memories of her millions of fans and all of us that loved her."
What?
Jesus, man.
I am not seeing anything.
Are we
here
all
on Facebook
Googling
yet.
this right now?
I'm
Every
looking on
single one of us.
Facebook, and
It
I don't
literally
see anything.
like just. I saw a tweet like just pop up when I was just looking at our Twitter. Everyone is deep in it.
Yo, hold on.
What the fuck?
Yeah, let's start talking
China?
in the microphone while we're doing this.
What was there?
Oh shit! It's official.
What does the kid say?
How did she put that on her Facebook?
Well, I'm sure she
It
didn't.
reminds me of fucking that movie we watched. It's like that movie Hush. Right?
What?
That's fucking weird. No, that's sad, man. Is what does Hunter say?
I don't know.
I don't think they've talked.
I don't think he. I mean, obviously, I'm sure he cares, but I don't think he cares that much.
I don't care that
She's snuggling Doris Roberts right now.
Oh, that's a fucking another
What
one,
about
too.
your boy Sean Waltman?
That's what I said. The kid. What's the kid talking about?
The kid Tim Nice?
No, the kid. The first kid. The kid before the kid. I got the most despicable people in WWE history. That's what's up.
You do not know how to search, my friend.
No, I'm scrolling down.
No, this is how I do it. It's
All
right.
well,
I see a lot of pot leaves.
Well,
How hard could this be? You have 4 friends on Facebook.
Well, they're all in this fucking room, and you're not saying shit. I might get fucking 5 if Jarret accepts what I fucking sent him.
What are you saying to me?
Don't worry about it. Wait till.
Don't worry about it.
Hopefully it's dick pics, bro.
We're gonna talk later.
Talk later.
Get a
All
little
right,
smoke
what do we got?
break.
What do we got?
That's sad. Sorry, China.
Sorry, China.
Yeah, but I mean, considering the source, I mean,
with the internet,
why would this be the first source of something like this?
First source? What, Trick or Treat Radio?
No.
We fucking broke the news.
LoveBscott.com.
What the fuck are you?
What do you mean? What the fuck am I talking?
I've seen it pop up on 3 different.
Oh, not for nothing.
Are we getting so fired up about China?
Apparently. Apparently.
It's going to accept Jarret Blinkhorn's friend request.
Oh, you and me are boys now.
Oh, Bob Leo, fist bump.
Best friends for life.
First female intercontinental champion.
Listen,
That's right.
we're having friendship right now. I don't want to hear about China.
No, why don't you just get your noodles?
Get your noodles.
Yeah, get your noodles in the back.
I'm just glad that it's the lady and not
Not the continent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be tough to kill an entire continent.
Well,
it can be done.
we have ways.
Spoiler alert.
I'll get on that. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, let's play some voicemails. Let's see what we got here. We still have a bunch of voicemails from Nick from last week. Let's
talk about how Friday the 13th remake is better than anything else in Friday the 13th.
I don't know.
Okay.
Oh, I don't. Did he? Was that
I love
what
Nick
happened?
for the record. That last week, his voicemail was heart wrenching. But dude, Phantasm is awesome, and Friday the 13th remake sucks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go pee.
Mic drop.
Out.
Nailed it.
Blinkhorn out.
All right, so let's hear. Let me pick. You know what? Nick is going through and doing the Batman films. So why don't he actually?
When do I open this? Do I have to wait?
Oh yeah. Do it now.
Right now?
Yeah.
Why don't we wait till Jarret comes back?
All right, we'll wait for Jarret. So let's play. Nick had sent in a review for all the Batman flicks, I think, or at least the before the Nolan ones. So these are. I'm going to play these out of order, but he did one for Batman 1966. Let's listen to that one first.
Do that one.
Figure we start that.
What's up, Trick or Treat Radio? Nick here. Got another Batman review for Batman the movie 1966. I'm right off the bat. I'll give my grade, so that's all said and done, and the yelling can start. I gave it about a C. I totally knew what this movie was. I understand it's very nostalgic for people, so I didn't want to grade it too harshly. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I mean, I liked it, but you know, it's tough, and I never want to be the person to be like, well, that's too old for me. No. Film is film. You can like something that's old. You can like something that's new. Like I really like the movie Psycho from 1960. I think so. I love that movie, and you know what? I get it. People say, you're too young to like that movie. That's why you didn't get it. No, I think film is subjective. I'm sorry, wrong word. And I get it. I get what they're trying to do. They're basically trying to follow the serial and the comic book, and they stuck to that. And I thought that was fine.
No.
I did feel like it was way too many villains. Kind of being like the League of Nations or League of Shadows or whatever, but I get it. It's your first time doing a Batman movie. You did this show for X amount of times. We got to show all the villains, right? I mean, it's a Batman movie, so I get it. That's why they put them all together. I don't have a problem with that, but in today's day and age, 2 villains sometimes is too much. I mean, look at fucking Batman, Superman. That had maybe 1 villain, 2 tops, and Jesus Christ, Snyder couldn't handle it. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, Dynamo can throw his phone.
No,
I'm sure he did. I hope he didn't break it. I don't
He
want
almost
to
threw
break
his
the phone,
headphones.
Dynamo.
I didn't. I got stuck.
But, yeah, it's a C for me. It was fun, though. It was very, very cute, very, I was surprised all the not so much of the Bam Biff Pow was very near the end on that submarine, and it was very charming. That's a movie. That's what I meant to say. The movie's very charming. You can tell it's done on the back lot. You can tell you're in a big pool for the ocean. Very charming. The climbing up the wall, they're obviously walking. I love it. So, very fun little entry. Couldn't get as high as like a B for me, more of a C, but hey, you know what? It's still a fun movie. Thanks, guys. I'll come back to you with about 2 more. Got 2 more Batman movies. And like I said, I'll throw in another one of Batman v Superman just to piss everyone off. All right, guys. Nick out. Bye.
That's like Monty Python or maybe Kids in the Hall or, like maybe even the Marx Brothers, which I don't want to know if somebody doesn't like it. But like,
that Batman 66, that type of humor, that type of kitsch, you either like it or you don't.
Yeah.
I said on my review when I was on that retrospective on Film for Thought, there are two camps in this. And there's very seldom like somebody who's like, I sort of like it, except I guess that's kind of where Nick fell, is that you either think fucking Adam West with a rubber shark on his leg punching over a pool is the funniest thing ever, or you don't.
Yeah.
What I will say is that one thing he wasn't correct about is that, and I know Raven Shadow's with me here because we exchanged meaningful glances during the voicemail, is that it's actually the reverse of that. That show and movie got so hot, it actually affected the comic. Leading into that, Batman was way darker than it is now. He was like packing heat. He was basically a monster hunter. He was mostly fighting monsters, and the Joker was more like a serial killer. Like
totally. And we could do. I don't want to go crazy on this, but
you will.
Well, so let's slow it down. Why don't you just lick the bottle of whiskey?
Sniff it.
Yes, that's what he does. He
It's like
sniffs it.
smell the glove.
Lick it. Sniff it.
I think the movie adaptation of the show was near perfect in terms of hitting all the beats. At this time, Batman, even superhero comics, was pretty much dead in the water. It was the changing. There was the Maxi Gaines. It was the horror comics that were coming up. I totally get that the weekend that Avengers dropped made $1 bajillion. Any article still reads pow, bam, zap.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's still that culture that this is what comics are.
Yeah.
However, I probably would not be the comic fan I am if it wasn't for the show. My parents watched it, and it's great, entry level, Fisher Price, my first Dark Knight. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
I agree with you 100%. Like it was on heavy rotation on UHF for kids. Like it was on 38 and on one of those weird New Hampshire channels that you only got, to see blurry Speed Racer.
But you're not trying to find the Spice Network. You're trying to. But that's how my mom would get me up for the bus. She's like, go to school. I'm like, fuck that learning shit. And she's like, well, guess who the Batman villain is? Well, I'm fucking up ready. I'm like, it's fucking King Tut. Fuck. Can I be sick today? I'm not going to school. Give me the Joker for me to get up. But no, it's a cartoon, and it's funny, but like, it's hard to. I don't know. I'm glad it exists, even for the damage that it did.
And one thing that's hard to really put in perspective is that, and it's bizarre that it only lasted, 2 seasons or 3 seasons?
3.
Yeah. That shit was bigger than the Beatles when it was happening. It was bigger than Elvis. Like, Batman was on...
twice a week.
Yeah, Batman was on, like, Life magazine and on Time magazine and, like, everywhere. That was a big fucking deal. And, like, all the variety shows... Dick Ward and Adam West would show up. It was like it was the Walking Dead of its time. It was the hotness, like so.
And that's fair. And Sammy Davis Jr. is on that show, like the famous the window scenes showing up, and it created Batgirl. Batgirl would not have existed if not for that show.
It's true.
And big ups to Yvonne Craig. Do a Bing search. There's some fucking photos.
Yeah,
Alta Vista. It.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that is, but
nice
Vista?
Nice badass.
I don't know. Is it
he doesn't even know how to use the internet now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. We'll talk about routers later on, Jack. It confuses me.
Sorry, I'm getting a little ahead of myself.
Yeah.
He's back in like the CompuServe days.
Not sure what that is.
I had CompuServe.
I did too.
Yeah, it was the worst.
I enjoy the Etch-a-Sketch.
All right. Actually, this would be a good segue into what you have right there, Dynamo. Let's listen to this from Nick first, and then we'll go ahead and you can take a look at that package that's in front of you.
Ooh. Hey everybody, it's Nick. I am calling to give a happy birthday out to the immortal gunslinger, the one and only.
Hey, thanks.
Comic book loving lead singer of the Deadites, Dynamo Mars. I hope he had a happy birthday. I hope he celebrated it fondly with friends and family. And I hope it was a little break from the craziness that he's been dealing with lately with the sickness and and everything. So
He's not down with
I just
the
want
sickness.
to send out my best wishes. Happy birthday, and I love you, man. You got some friends out there, so happy birthday again. Bye.
I just hope this gift is Phantasm related.
In my birthday was fucking awesome, by the way. Like you guys managed.
Oh, be careful with that thing.
It's like fucking package. I don't need to.
No, shiv him.
Oh, he's giving it to Jarret. He's giving it to Jarret to.
Don't give me a knife.
I can't
Stab.
thank everybody enough for that. I tried to post a YouTube video like 14 times today, but I turned into Michael Ravenshad. I make the video and then couldn't figure out how to post it.
It's not easy. No, it's no instructions.
Because my phone is from the 40s.
Have you ever heard of the internet, Raven Shadow? You can find out how to do anything.
Well, yeah, then they get lost on Braziers.
Braziers?
Yeah.
Oh, so Dynamo right now is opening up a package he got from Nick. So it goes along with.
It's got my favorite color in here.
Oh, it's fantastic.
What color is that? Explain.
Blue.
BLU?
Yeah.
You have to read the note aloud.
Oh, there's a note. Okay.
Unless it's sexy.
Please see your doctor.
I'm gonna cry if I read it. Can you read it?
I'll read it.
No, I don't want you to do.
Yeah, I'll read it.
Not like you. I don't be like that.
Can
fuck-
you
I'm sure
read
that
it in
poem
Bobcat
was,
Goldthwait's
I'm sure that poem
voice?
was actually nice.
You probably could, actually.
I just read.
First up, Dynamo. No.
Do it as Gilbert Godfrey.
He can do Godfrey. You got to do it. Come on.
Why? What do you want to do? Wait, no, I haven't got it.
Yeah, we'll perfect that while I read this.
Yeah, okay.
All right. It says, first off, you
Yes.
can read this on the show if you want.
Yes, I do.
Dear Dynamo, this is that motherfucker that doesn't like Phantasm, Nick. I wanted to send you this package to say I appreciate your friendship, and I hope this helps your Blu-ray collection a little bit.
It does. It does.
I love everyone on the show. They know that, but I really seem to enjoy you. We both enjoy Quentin Tarantino, and we both dig a lot of the same films. I love your input on films and comics. Thanks for turning me on to some cool comics. Thank you for reaching out to me on Facebook when I'm feeling down. Thank you for reaching out to me when I became an asshole and wanted to quit the podcast and group. You always say that you are the worst, and you're not. You're very cool, funny as shit, and a great friend. Take it from me, I'm the biggest asshole in the world, and I know an asshole when I see one, and you and me are in the same club, haha. No, I'm just kidding, but I do love how you make fun of Raven Shadow and MZ. You're quick with a joke.
Oh, screw you.
Go fuck yourself, Nick. No, another fucking thing. Monsieur and I were saying very nice things too, along with Johnny, and he didn't even fucking post that day. So go fuck yourself.
So I'm rescinding all the nice things I said about you, Nick.
We can't hear you.
I think there's an end at the bottom. I think I caught it.
No, there's more. So it says, I just wanted to write you this letter and send you this package to tell you that you have a friend out there who cares about you.
I'm so happy.
I know you will beat the sickness because you are a strong motherfucker. You are the immortal gunslinger. Like I said before, I can't repay you for all that you've done for this film nerd. I just hope this gives you some entertainment. I want you to know you always got a buddy here in Illinois banging the drum for you and Trick or Treat Radio and the Deadites. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I love you, man, Nick. And there's a P.S. Thank you, Johnny, for helping me with this. I love you, man, and I guess I love Raven Shadow and MZ.
You fucking better, because we said a lot of nice things too.
This is just great.
Privately.
This is awesome.
So what'd you get?
Well, I got that new edition of Jaws that came out recently.
Oh shit!
As everybody
you're not going to watch anything else. It doesn't matter.
Is my favorite film.
It doesn't matter what else is in there.
I got, speaking of favorite films, I got Predator and Predator Dose.
Oh man.
Nice.
Where I'm anxious to get back into that argument where a lot of my contemporaries have been saying Predator 2 is actually better than Predator.
I've been saying that.
No.
I got Mad Max, which I do not have. I've never had on Blu, so I'm very excited about that.
Nice.
Oh, shit.
I got Jackie Chan's First Strike, which is I believe is a police story. One of the police stories.
Yep.
And I got Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
Shit!
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that's a haul and a half.
I was gonna make a joke about I'm not leaving my house, but I really don't leave my house anymore.
Where's Phantasm?
I thought you had Star Wars. Where'd it go? No, that's amazing. Nick, you're the fucking man. That's a really nice thing.
It's so nice, Nick. I can't thank you enough. I'm gonna go home and I saw you post about First Strike the other day, and I'm gonna go check it out because I've never seen this one.
That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. I don't know what to
Jealous.
do.
I wish I had people sending me. Nick, what's up? Let me give you my address and tell you what I like and what I'm missing.
December 27th.
I take back everything I said about the Friday the 13th remake. It's fucking gold, bro. Look at me.
Yeah.
Gold.
Look at me.
Phantasm, it's a piece of shit.
Yeah, sucks balls.
So I'm looking for...
What the fuck, Jarret? Really?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to get some fucking blues, bro.
Yeah, and why are you pissed? This is fucking bullshit.
Yeah. No Phantasm blue, bro?
Yeah.
My birthday's June 14th. Don't forget it.
Thank you for coming up.
Oh, that sucks because my birthday's the day after yours, so we'll probably get like one thing each.
Yeah.
Monster Zero can get a donut at Dunkin' Donuts with his AARP card, so...
Don't stab yourself. Give that back to me. I'm concerned.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Don't do that.
By the way, don't grab knives by the sharp end.
Well, that was really fucking sweet, Nick.
I'm trying not to cry. So.
He's crying.
He's crying.
He's not succeeding.
That was the only good part of not being able to post those videos today was the first 4 of them I was bawling my eyes out. So, and then by like the 6th one, I was like, listen, I'm trying to post this fucking video. Thank you for all the birthday. Goodbye.
All right, so let's see. Since we
Thank
started,
you so much, Nick.
Since we started so late, we should probably rush through these, because it's getting pretty late. So let's hear. You guys want to hear from Cornelius Burrows?
Yes.
Fucking love this dude.
Always.
Hey guys, a couple days ago on Facebook, Slay Golf posted this guy demonstrating a hoverboard.
Oh yeah.
Since he posted that, he's been calling me like 3 times a day saying that he was going to purchase one and start dressing like the Green Goblin. And I'm kind of concerned about him because I think all he's going to do is get his old ass killed. He's one of the reasons why right now I listen to your show.
Yeah.
And you all will be losing a fan if he purchases that hoverboard. Thanks. Try to talk him out of it. Thanks.
I'm on it.
Slagoth, do not buy the hoverboard. I know your Green Goblin fantasy won't let you not do it, but we want you to stay around, my friend.
It's all right.
And Cornelius...
It's my Green Goblin fantasy.
And Cornelius took the time to call in to beg and plead for you not to do this, so don't do it, my friend.
Yeah.
We want you alive. Ribshaw, you want one of those hoverboards? I'll get you one.
I'm trying to call Slagoth. I'm trying to like figure it out, and I'm still kind of pissed about Nicholas.
Why are you pissed?
No,
it wasn't your birthday.
No, but I just feel that other folks said nice things about him.
Yeah, but it's his fucking birthday.
Yeah, but speaking of that, all these other people said not like everyone in the show and the band like was like, "Oh, happy birthday, Dynamo." Who no thing from Michael Raven Shadow.
I sent you a text, and I fucking jumped off a fucking shed.
It's true. That's true. I was hoping you'd forget.
I fucking drove the chain gang home.
True. I am eternally in your debt for all
I didn't do anything, and I'm sorry.
It's okay. You showed
this
me.
is my first time meeting you.
You're here, man. You're here.
You showed me your dick earlier. So.
I'll show it to you again.
Thank you.
He'll get his number. He'll send you dick pics.
Yeah, seriously.
It's fun.
I have no problem sending dick pics. For the record, anyone out there, text me.
His number is
401.
Oh, Jesus.
That was not me, for the record. Someone's dropping mics on my shit.
Why are you fucking dropping mics all the time?
Was that me? Or?
That was me. No,
okay.
Jarret, you're fine.
Whether you're so excited about a dick pic that he's dropping mics. Like, Mike, where can I get one?
Whether you're wearing fucking shark fins on your feet or not, you're dropping mics. What the fuck, dude?
Bruh.
There.
You can't even have an open container open there.
Oh, shit.
There we go.
He just needs a dick pic.
Wait, we did get a voicemail from Green Goblin.
Oh, shit.
Shit.
This is for Cornelius Burrows. I want to show up to your house in my fucking hoverboard. Throwing pumpkin bombs. Fuck you, Cornelius. Peace.
That's a very nice Green Goblin. Peace. Oh, shit.
So like Warwick Davis playing the Green Goblin.
I would love to see that.
Oh, God, I would pay so much
2'5" Green Goblin.
I will finance that myself.
Oh, it's amazing. We got, you want to hear from Creepy Girl, MZ?
Let's do it.
Yeah, hold your mic.
Yeah, hold on to that fucking thing. All right, here's Creepy Girl.
Hey guys, Creepy Girl here. I tried to send a message before, but I don't think it worked, so I'm going to try to do it again. Ugh, I'm going to say everything all over again. All right, Hush, I loved it. At first, I didn't like it. I thought, this girl, I know this girl's deaf, but I think she would have felt that, or, you know,
That's
with her
what I said.
spidey senses, she would have known, you know, because when people are deaf, they really do have heightened other senses. And I just felt like they were kind of off on some of that
Like Matt Murdock,
stuff.
right?
And they didn't really play into the whole deaf thing. Like, you could really use that in a horror movie, someone being deaf. And I felt like they weren't really using it. But as the movie went along, it started to really start rolling, and they were using it more. And it was very stressful and tense movie. I was constantly yelling at the screen, and I was getting very angry, but it evoked such emotion that it made me like it. And the killer was, I don't know, he was just right, like evil, you know? I thought he was really played his part well. And the hand scene, that was my favorite scene. If this ever comes to DVD, I want to buy it, and I hope they have extras showing how they did the hand scene, because that was my favorite part, because I love gore. But yeah, I really liked it. This is the kind of movie you sit with your friends and yell at the thing, and why are you so stupid? Why did you do that? Why would you do that? You know? And it's just, I think that's a fun way to enjoy a movie. I don't know, to be angry. But I liked it. It's on Netflix. It's free. This is another great movie that I don't understand. This would have been kind of cool to watch in the movie theater, I think, or I want to buy the DVD when it comes out. But, you know, real good movies just get pushed aside, put on Netflix and whatever. But I also wanted to say, happy birthday, Dynamo. I hope you
Thanks.
had a great time
I did.
for your
Thank
birthday.
you
I hope
so
you did
much.
something fun and exciting to start off the next year of your life, because it is the next year of your life, so make
Yes,
it count.
I did.
And that is it. Bye. Love you guys. And you play this at the end, so I did listen tonight. All right. Later.
No, you didn't. Unfortunately.
You're such a liar.
Through no
Well, she
fault of
fucking
our own.
tried. She
did.
planned on it.
Yeah. She,
Calling her
Yeah.
out.
Jeez. YouTube was a bag of dicks.
Yeah, I watched. Well, it was good to me yesterday. I watched a lot of 70s professional wrestling from Puerto Rico. That's how I spent my birthday.
Nothing wrong with
No,
that.
that's
Watch Stan Hansen beat the shit out of Carlos Colon. I hate that fucking guy. Punched him for real and his big fucking Scott up.
You guys want to hear from a first timer?
Ooh.
First time Mike.
Oh.
Wow.
Sent in a voicemail.
Nice.
Actually, you know what? Let me read. He sent in an email. Let me read that first, because it may kind of go hand in hand here. Let's see. So I'll pop this open. All right, from first time Mike. Subject, some comments on Trick or Treat Radio 194. It says, hey guys, got some comments about the end of Trick or Treat Radio 194. I had to get up early, so I couldn't stick around. He says, Jenny is awesome. Have her back, please.
That happens every time, and then we don't for like 2 years.
Thanks for the love, Dynamo, but being intimate will cost you dinner.
I don't.
Speechless.
I don't.
No argument there, huh?
Yeah, I just don't remember.
You must have had too much Jack.
Or not enough.
Yeah, or not enough. He says, it will take a lot to creep me out. I'll enjoy the challenge. Robot Zero, I love you.
Yeah, don't love.
That was
Robot Zero.
fucking perfect.
Don't love.
So good.
Don't
That
love
was a
her.
mean robot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt bad for Michael Ravenshadow even.
I thought Johnny got it pretty bad.
I did.
Yeah, he did.
Nick, keep up the reviews. You got your own voice and opinions. Run with them, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for reading my Baskin review, Johnny. As for leaving a voicemail, I got to get a little more confidence for that. I'll probably email for now. Well, I think he got a little bit of confidence since he wrote this.
A little too much Jack Daniels.
Maybe. And much respect as well to MZ and Raven Shadow.
Thank you.
There
Finally.
we go. Yes.
You guys got some respect.
Good.
Thanks to all
fucking time.
Thank you, Jarret.
Thanks to all for being cool to the new guy, Mike David, a.k.a. First Time Mike FTM. P.S. Raven Shadow, my man, watch the damn movie.
I fucking watched this one, man.
He says, I still got your back, but damn.
Thank you. You know what I watched? They're closing in. You see that yet?
1 and 4 ain't bad.
That's the joint. I am me.
He put aside 6 minutes to watch it.
5 minutes, 40 seconds.
Oh, okay. I overcompensated. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, he does too.
Not
so.
even.
No jack required. What do you think of that?
Well, thank you, FTM, First Time Mike. Yeah. We appreciate that. And now let's play the voicemail to follow it up.
Woo.
Oh, it might help if I unmute that. Hold on. We were watching the movie earlier. I didn't want to have it.
Wait.
There we go.
Hey guys, this is First Time Mike.
What's up?
Trying this out for the first time for
First
voicemail
time.
with my review of Hush.
Nice.
First, I want to say that this is not my favorite type of movie. I've never been a big fan of the home invasion ones, but I really like this movie. I like the sound design on it. I like the fact that it's pretty much a slice of her life where some guy is trying to frickin' kill her.
Yep.
And you know that something, that other stuff is happening in her life, but it just concentrates on trying to keep this woman alive. It was great visually, and it was one of the first movies of the home invasion types I did not ever get the urge to use the fast forward. So now I got to go back and see some of the other stuff these guys have done. So I give it a treat. Thanks a lot. I will talk to you guys later. Have a good night.
Awesome. Thank you very much, First Time Mike. That was a great voicemail, my friend.
Yeah, thanks, bud.
Yeah.
Sounded pretty confident to me.
Yeah, definitely. You got a pretty good radio voice too, my friend.
You got a very nice radio voice.
Yeah, oh shit. Why didn't I have that queued up?
So nice.
Speaking of people I'm unconditionally in love with, where's that fucking guy been?
You got a very nice radio voice.
There we go. Micah?
Yeah, fell off the map.
I don't know. He's a busy dude.
He shouldn't be.
He runs a label. He's got a band. He
shouldn't
does video
be too
games.
busy for me.
Okay, Lloyd Dobler.
That was a Photoshop excellence, but
yeah, we got to find that.
but true.
That was a great one.
I think it's on my phone.
It probably is.
It's not. I don't stalk people.
Yeah, right.
Where do you live, Jared?
Good.
All right, let's see. You want to hear from Raven Shadow's boy,
Oh.
Tim Nice?
Yes.
You want to fucks with him?
Yeah, I fucks with Tim Nice.
Yeah, I don't know what. I still don't know what that means.
No, it's not a weird thing. It's just a couple of dudes.
Super gay.
He's handsome,
into-
but me and him have to have
Yeah.
a talk.
Yeah, but when you say you fucks with someone,
It's true. Dad.
there's
doctor.
certain connotations that go with that. You can't just make up a new word and expect people to understand it when there are certain connotations that go with it.
Well, it's kind of, here's the funny thing, Johnny, about that. It's kind of like the internet.
Oh, well, God, I can't wait to hear this.
Oh, boy.
Because it's not always instructions. So with language,
So-
there's not always definitions.
So why don't you start saying, hey, Tim Nice, I dox with you.
Yeah.
Why don't you start saying that?
Now, in terms of language,
Yeah.
that's something else.
Yeah.
That's
I got fussed with in a bathroom stall at Stop and Shop today.
yeah.
You
Hard.
got fucked with.
It's like when he says you're dope, he's not calling me a dope. He's saying that he enjoys
Yeah, but that's different.
my
That
craft.
has multiple meanings.
Just to be clear, when I use that term, I am in fact calling you dope.
I'm talking about Tim Knight.
And when I call you a dummy, I'm calling you a dummy.
And when I say you're stupid, yeah, you're stupid.
Why don't you fucking jump a microphone again? That's good. That was really cool. You know what was awesome when I was on the fucking shed? That was fun.
Do you feel like fucking Jeff Hardy?
I was.
love
I
you.
did a little Shane O'Mac.
Elbow drop.
Yeah.
You could ask anybody. Like I loved you. It was nice.
All right, well,
I was
let's
talking about you all night.
Let's
Thank
hear
you.
from Tim Nice.
All right, thank you.
Yo, what up? It's the kid Tim Nice from the Unchained podcast, and I have to just say I've been killing it. I straight crushed everything I've been on as of late. I fucking cut a promo like The Rock, like Stone Cold, like Hulk Hogan. All rolled in one, cause none got more flows than Young. Yo, I just wanted to send a shout out to Dynamo, my dude. What's really good, fam? I had a really fucking good time at your party, man. I chopped it up with a lot of podcasters. I was chopping it up with a lot of weird dudes in there, and I was having a good time and all that. And yo, Producer Wolfie, man, I always have to fucking say a thank you to you because you holds it down.
Totally true.
You control the fucking soundboards. You know, you hold down the database. You hold down the day-to-days. Monster Zero, man, come on. We got to tell these people that next Monday, you got to download Unchained because you're coming on, and we're going to fucking review a fucking Mondo flick, Mondo Magic. It's about rim jobs. It's about feces. It's about fucking cows. It's about all sorts of shit.
It was filmed in Dynamo's bathroom?
Arnold Schwarzenegger shit, the way I lift your shit, and the way I lift your bitch. Raven Shadow, with that being said, man, you fucking killed the booth, my dude. Yo, I got mad tricks up my sleeve. I wear boxes so my dick can breathe. I want to send a quick shout out, of course, to Jeremy Slaygoth. I want to send a quick shout out to Nicholas, and I want to send a shout out to my dude Double A, man. Yo, I see you, fam. I see you up in the Trick or Treat Radio chat, you know, chopping it up and all that, you know. So, y'all need to check out the Unchained podcast every Monday morning. Download it. It's on iTunes. It's on Stitcher Radio. But nah, fuck you. If you don't have a fucking iPhone, I don't fucks with you. If I fucking text you and it shows up green, more than likely I'm probably gonna delete you out of my contacts. So all y'all, it's 420. So if you're catching a contact high, then you need to fucking listen to Trick or Treat Radio every Friday morning. You need to listen to Unchained every Monday morning. You know, you need to start and finish your week with something legit, something fucking proper. You need to fucking know that I'm the big papa, the big bopper, but I won't die in a plane crash because my shit always stays aerial and I'm always fucking flowing and floating through the fucking sky. Yo, the hardest job to do is a fucking air traffic control operator. That's the most stressful job, okay? Sophisticated thug, Tim Nice.
They made that John Cusack movie
I'm up in
about
this
it.
bitch. Check me next week. Check me this week. Check me every week. Download my back episodes. So check me out. I'm gonna fucking holla at y'all next time. It's Tim Nice, the kid, all up in that ass.
You
I
gotta
got
keep
a
that so you don't
dick
get deleted.
right in your ass and your pussy, or I'll put it in your pussy, stick my fingers up your asshole, and finger you with one, not two fingers, because your asshole is very sensitive. So I'll just put one up in there, you know. All right. So yeah, suck a dick, fall back, and holla at your boy.
Did he start freestyling halfway through, or was that just me?
Oh my god, that was fucking amazing.
Raven Shadow, I tried to give you an iPhone so you wouldn't get deleted.
I know. Well, I drove his boys home. I think I should get a fucking pass at least till my next fucking upgrade.
Till my next upgrade.
That was amazing.
Raven Shadow's next upgrade is he gets 20 miles of twine to connect with the cable soup can.
I gotta bring fucking Johnny to the fucking Apple store. I'm like, Johnny, tell him what I need.
I just want to FaceTime him every night before I go to sleep. Just be like, dude, just say some words and I'll just love you and go to bed.
That was amazing. Oh my god.
It just took a turn towards the end where I just lost it.
I fucking shot.
It was like outrageous, but like I followed him, believe it or not, until the air traffic controller.
Yeah, that's the part where I was just like, wait, what?
Until we were pushing 10, I didn't know. Who saw Pushing 10 in the theaters? Me.
You're the only guy.
No.
Yeah,
I saw him VHS.
I was alone.
Hey, Johnny, I'm going to blow this joint.
You're going to blow what joint?
This joint.
Hi, my name is Joint.
See this joint?
Oh, you're going to go to the glory hole again?
Yeah.
420.
Yeah.
Oh, your shift's coming up.
I'm late as it is.
Yeah.
You know, the 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock shift in the morning is prime hours.
All right, well,
that's good money in that. With if you get there, the real one is if you get out when the Fenway gets out.
All right, MZ, say goodbye to the folks.
Arrivederci.
I thought he was telling the truth. I didn't think he was telling the truth.
Yeah, he's got to go work.
Yeah, I got to go to work in a couple hours.
He's an air traffic controller.
I'm an air traffic controller.
That reminded him.
Oh, the fucking planes.
That sucks, MZ. You got to go to work.
Yeah, I know. I know it sucks that I have to work, but
hey guys, who am I?
Did you go to work today?
Take it easy.
All right, go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself.
See you later, Monster Zero. I got up today at 2 p.m.
Jarret is playing the role of Monster Zero.
Like this. That's Monster Zero.
That's just like it.
Whiskey.
This is exciting.
All right, we got. Let me just play 2 more, I guess.
18 more voicemails.
we do have 18. We can't play them all.
We have Nick scoring every single Friday the 13th.
This might fire some people up. It's Nick's review of Prince of Darkness.
Ooh.
I just ordered that today.
This is my joint.
Hey, Trick or Treat Radio.
Good start.
Nick here. I'm gonna do a mini review on The Prince of Darkness by John Carpenter.
Jonathan.
Okay, little story about this movie. I watched this movie about a year ago, maybe a little longer, and I hated it. I think I gave it an F.
Whoa.
But I want, like I've said on past ones, I want to rewatch some of the old Carpenter stuff, and except for the action, because I hate Escape from New York and I hate Escape from LA. I'll never like those movies. I'm done giving them chances.
Jarrett's out.
Jarret, come back.
No, so yeah, I want to revisit the horror. So everyone knows I love The Thing. It's a perfect film for me. It's one of the coolest sci-fi horrors I've ever seen.
It's my second favorite
And I was
movie.
like, everyone loves Prince of Darkness. And I'm like, well, it's not got Ozzy Osbourne in it, so what's this about? So just watched it, finished about 20 minutes ago.
Okay.
And I have to say I liked it. I gave it about a B-.
Whoa. Nice.
It's
F to B-.
It's a little slow, and I understand that. And it's a little out there, but it's actually kind of simple. It's basically a possession film.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. And the possessed people kind of seem like zombies, but it's cool. It's a possession film done the Carpenter way, done the John Carpenter way. I'm gonna put it. It's not for everyone. It's definitely not for everyone. But I thought to myself, I'm such a huge horror fan. I've been watching this shit since I was like 10. I got it. I mean, the Craven and the Carpenter thing. Who's better? Who's not? Okay, let's put that aside. I mean, Carpenter's great. Craven had some good stuff, minus the whatever. I'm getting on a tangent. But I wanted to watch this, and I wanted to be like, Carpenter's got he's like the master of this stuff.
Right.
And he's the only one in that Masters of Horror that actually deserves Masters of Horror. George. But no, Prince of Darkness is great. I think it's a little out there for for horror fans that aren't too keen into it, and like a younger crowd, but I give it a B-. I thought it was great. Weird from an F to a B-. I know that's a huge jump, but I don't know. I just respect it more and see where it's coming from. So, thanks, guys. Have a good one. Bye.
That was like a review redemption.
And what's funny is that's the one where it wouldn't super upset me if anyone didn't like it, because I think that's the least accessible of his strong run.
Mm-hmm.
Escape from LA, not good. You know, and once you get past In the Mouth of Madness.
Well, Kurt Russell playing basketball.
Yeah, it was okay.
You really shot that.
Once you get past In the Mouth of Madness, it gets really sketchy, but up to Memoirs of an Invisible Man, it's kind of.
Do you read Sutter Kane?
Nah, I do not. I know better.
What about the artist formerly known as the Prince of Darkness?
Prince of Darkness, Ayakea.
But that was really cool, Nick. I know you didn't like it, but it's pretty awesome to just revisit it and see how you feel. And obviously, you felt a little bit differently about it. So,
I mean, it's
good
cool
on
that
you
it went
for-
from an F to a B minus.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
cool
a
with
huge
that.
jump.
It's Carpenter doing not just Lovecraft, but like Hammer. He's doing that like I always forget the director's name, but he's doing that Quatermass, like science fiction, like dark dread science fiction, and it's like it it got a lot of play with like my age group because it had fucking Alice Cooper in it, so everybody wanted to go see it, and when you couldn't, it was in Fangoria, and it was a big deal. But like, I know that I probably, I can't remember exactly, but I remember that may not have been my favorite upon first watch.
Yeah, I remember when I saw it as a kid. Like I loved Carpenter's other stuff, and I saw that, and I remember being a little bit bored by it, and I obviously revisited it later and liked it a lot. But I guess it all depends on when you see it and kind of what you're thinking, where you're at. So.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, one more voicemail for tonight. Let's hear from Dynamo's Boo.
There he is. Now this is a show you should check out if you haven't.
Jakey Poo.
What's this?
The Cult of Muscle.
Trick or Treat Radio! Oh yeah. It's your boy Jakey Poo.
Hey baby.
Don't have a lot of time this week because Lucha Underground is starting in approximately 2 minutes. So I gotta be quick. I gotta get to business. Apparently, Brian Cage is in AAA now. And
it's bad for
there's a Mexican doctor getting in the ring to check on somebody. Oh man, so many things are going down. Or are they doctors or are they med scientists? That's so fascinating.
Going down like China.
Anyways, sorry for that brief moment of distraction. Looking forward to what you guys have to say about Hush. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I can easily see if people are underwhelmed or just kind of think it's a pretty stock movie, but I think it has enough going on that really kind of separates itself. And I like that, I don't know, I like things that surprise me. And I like things that are, taking tired formulas, basically, not really deviating from the formula, but just adding little interesting little things in there to kind of spice it up. It's like, enjoying the familiar, but through a different lens. So I appreciate it because of that, and I also like the performances in it. Yeah. So really looking forward to what you guys have to say about that. Oh my God, he is bleeding everywhere. Why aren't those doctors stopping them? Stop the damn match! Anyways, so my question to you guys is this. If you were in a cannonball run, and you have a choice of anybody, past, present, living, dead, who cares? It's whatever you want it to be, that you can have as your partner in the cannonball run, who would it be and why? You can pick someone that you think you are guaranteed to win the race with. You can pick somebody that you just think is interesting because you get to talk to them in the car for a long time. Or you can pick somebody who you think you might be able to have sex with and seduce in the car. Although, it's a bit of a pipe dream for you boys. So I'm curious, Cannonball Run, who'd you pick and why? The buried subtext of this is, who would you want to go on a road trip with that has a slight competition elements to it? I don't know. That's just how I decide to frame it, damn it. Oh, and another question is for Michael Ravenshadow.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Michael Ravenshadow.
Me?
You. What do you think of the new season of Banshee so far? I think we're about 3 or 4 episodes in.
He doesn't.
If you haven't been watching it, what is your favorite episode, or what is your favorite moment from that series so far? Me personally, the 3rd season had an episode that was essentially Assault on Precinct 13, which was fucking spectacular. Oh my goodness, the fans are throwing soda and popcorn at Mil Muertes, but he's not Mil Muertes because he's not wearing a mask, but he's still wearing the same contact lenses. Oh my goodness, that That crowd is hot. Holy shit. Anyways, that's my second question. Oh, God, now he's going after the announce table. Why am I doing this? Why am I describing something you guys can't see? Anyway.
The radio drama, brother.
So to reiterate, love you guys. Looking forward to what you have to say about Hush. Who would you pick to go on a cannonball run with you and Michael Raven Shadow? What do you think of the new season? And what is your favorite episode / moment? Take care, guys. Take care.
You take care, Jakey Poo. That is Jake McLargehuge, a.k.a. Jakey Poo, a.k.a. Jake, if you're nasty. And he is one of the hosts of The Cult of Muscle. Check him out.
He's my dude.
Raven Shadow, you answer the question for you first.
All right, there's a lot going on there. I feel like I gotta take it all in. But no, unfortunately, I'm still on season 1 of TV's Banshee. But I will say this: my favorite moment is when TV's Banshee beats up the super steroid out MMA fighter when he does a completely horrible act.
That's not real people doing real things.
They exist. There's a script, but no one has a fin, no one has like wings.
Fun.
There's no Draculas. But no, I like because it would never happen. But I liked when he beat up the big MMA douchebag. So I'm all for that.
All right, now on to Jakey's question: who would you want to take on a cannonball run with?
You asking me?
Sure. Do you know who you want?
Well, it's off the cuff. I can get a shot, get a PowerPoint presentation, but we ain't got that kind of time.
No, you can't.
I can't. I was going to ask Jarret. I'm like, Jarret, you know how to make a PowerPoint presentation?
I got you, bro.
Yeah, you got some technology, So off the cuff, and it's more than just a partner. I'm thinking Cannonball Run, like you get teams. You know what I mean? Like all those movies, people racing. So I would pick Reynolds for one. You got to have fucking Reynolds.
You can pick someone outside of Cannonball Run.
Yeah, you don't have to pick.
Yeah, but he's TV's Cannonball Run. He's the fucking guy. Like,
have you seen him lately, though?
I'm 1983.
Okay. Yeah, you could do Dead or Alive.
Right.
Is that what I heard?
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't want to go on a road trip with those guys.
And then I'm gonna take a little road movies, Italian Job, and maybe the Italian Job. There was 2 car movies, but I'll take Charlize Theron from the Mark Wahlberg joint, and then
You can say Mad Max Fury Road instead.
Oh, there you go. That's smart. So take Furiosa,
There
Furiosa, and Angelina Jolie with the dreadlocks from the Italian Job remake. Because both those chicks will gear down and probably do stuff to each other in the back seat as Reynolds is driving, and I'm smoking butts. Wow. Jarret, you want to come with us? Because that's a fun ride. Like,
I'm in, man.
Right? Like,
I'm in.
What's better than that?
I'm there. I'll drink to that.
All right, but, all right.
He's already divorced after this
episode.
That's
like all the chain gang.
Going home to nothing.
I'm still thinking of mine. Does anyone else have an answer?
It was actually, believe it or not, it was actually easy for me. It would be Round Trip Jones in the big white Jeep, and and Tiny alongside in a motorcycle, because I just wrote that in the Deadites #4 because Jenny took me out to dinner to yell at me because I'm way behind on the Deadites comic.
Well, to be fair, you did have cancer.
Yeah, so she's
playing that card.
She's merciless. She's merciless though. Yeah, so that was I wrote 3/4 of a little ditty today called Cannibal Run. So
Cannibal
Run.
Cannibal Run. Yeah. Do you know who you want to pick, Jarret?
I got 2. They're both dead. And this is without thinking about it at all. I'm gonna say Rodney Dangerfield and Jim Varney.
Wow. Interesting. Okay.
Fucking dropping the smoke bomb and dipping on that one because can't do any better than that. Rodney Dangerfield because he's the fucking man.
Fair.
And it would just be a really fun ride. And
Yeah.
he's just making jokes constantly about everyone driving past you. And Jim Varney, just because I've been watching a shit ton of Ernest, so I like that
sure
guy.
I'd want either of those guys driving.
No, I would drive,
Okay,
but I
fair
would drive them, and they would keep me occupied.
Fair enough.
I'm not sure.
And we would lose, but it would be fun.
Yeah.
What about you?
All right, so for me, I was torn, so I'm going to take them both since everyone seemed to choose more than one. I want David Lee Roth and Sammy Hagar.
Oh my god!
That's like on vacation with my parents. Like, fuck you, no, fuck yourself. Take a left.
Well, because David Lee Roth's going to reach down between his legs and ease the seat back. And Sammy Hagar can't drive 55. I'm fucking beating all you fucks.
Wow. Shit, you fucking won.
I won.
I'll have way more laughs.
Yeah. You will, definitely. Like Raven Shadow said, it'll be like fucking Nana and Papa arguing in the fucking car.
I'm going to have all the verbs in my car.
But that would be a fun road trip, right?
Let's all do it together.
All right.
I'm going to go dig up Rodney Dangerfield right now. And we're going to go on a cruise. A high ride. 420. Oh, it's not 420 anymore. It's 421.
God damn it. We'll see you next year.
You're a minute late.
Yeah.
Well, that was an awesome question, Jakey Boo. You always bring the thunder with the questions, so we appreciate that, my friend.
Dynamo answer?
Yeah, he did.
What did he say?
Were you listening?
No.
Are you listening right now?
To you?
To anyone.
Someone left his tapes behind.
Ooh.
Oh well, they're here then. They're staying in the studio.
They're up for grabs.
Up for grabs.
I think MZ screwed the pooch.
Squirm? Anyone?
What's that?
Jeff Lieberman? Come on.
Oh shit.
Jarret brought us some gifts. He brought some VHS tapes. Some pretty fucking awesome ones too. So
I got Halloween 3. It matches my shirt.
It sure does. They live. That's the fucking.
I did that on purpose.
All right. Let me see. I think that's it for voicemail. That's all we're going to play for tonight. And I think we're all set on emails. Let me just double check. And that is it. We got some interview requests. We're getting a lot of those lately. We have to turn down interviews. How crazy is that?
Because you guys want to keep interviewing me.
Exactly. Yeah. We just want to hang out with Jarret all the time.
One short that I did that was 5 minutes long.
Hey.
Do 4 podcasts about it.
A series.
I want the Netflix TV show.
I had fun, though. This bottle of whiskey was full when I got here.
Yeah.
And
it's hurting right now.
It's pretty low.
Yeah. All right. We just got a couple tweets. We got one from Punch Farm, our boy who's going to be at...
That's for you.
What was it, a dick pic?
I wish it was, but it's actually kind of better.
Yes.
Oh,
so Punch Farm, we're going to hang out with Punch Farm at Scaricon. He already had bought he bought tickets and hotel accommodations once he found out that we were going to be there, which is fucking super sweet of him. And he says, I just recorded my first podcast with my amazing friends. Not sure if I'll let anyone hear it, but thanks for the inspiration, Deadites.
Woo!
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, You're welcome. From me, who is not good at podcasts and is going to drink more.
We're not good at it either.
That's really cool, and we're really looking forward to hanging out with you at Scaricon Punch Farm. So looking forward to it, my friend. And you should definitely release that because just fucking put it out there. Our first episode is terrible.
The worst.
It is the worst. It was nominated for the worst podcast of all time.
Is that true?
No. And we have a tweet from someone. Their Twitter handle is Jaja Blinks. I don't know who this dude is. And he says, I'm excited to spend some time with the Deadites and discuss horror on Trick or Treat Radio.
That was before I got here.
Yeah, exactly. Now he's like, I can't. Why won't they fucking let me
now
leave?
It's fucking 2 a.m. I got to wake up at 6. You guys are douchebags.
Oh, shit.
I'm just kidding.
There's no more whiskey. This sucks.
No, there's more whiskey.
There's always more whiskey.
So we could keep this podcast going till like 4 a.m. What do you guys want to talk about?
Let's get breakfast.
Yeah. Let's go to Denny's.
Go to Denny's.
We'll bring all this gear
Let's
to Denny's and we'll
live.
just live stream from
That'd
Denny's.
be outrageous.
Maybe we'll be able to connect to YouTube at Denny's.
Yeah, probably.
Good YouTube.
How does Sheila gets a hold of what we're doing?
Or Tricky
She
Davis
didn't even let us
Jr.
play
Tricky
chess.
Davis, yeah.
You know, Tricky Davis Jr. is still there.
Come on.
No way.
Oh, yeah, it's true. I went. My friends Mo and Amy Brown were in town.
Shit.
And I went with them. They were waitresses at Denny's. That's how I knew them. And they Tricky Davis Jr. still came fucking shambling out. Like I thought I had to fucking crack his head with a shovel.
With that fucking eye? He's got that like glass eye.
Looked like Tricky. Pop star
The musician,
Tricky,
yeah.
But with a glass Sammy Davis Jr. eye.
Oh my god.
So be very politely.
Speaking of glass eye, are we going back to Larry right now?
Yeah, no.
Last Eye Picks.
Oh yeah.
Bringing it full circle.
That's right.
That's how we do.
And that was like that fucking staff overnight at that Denny's we hung out with was like cabal. That one girl who told us she did amateur night with the Gin Blossom.
With the Gin Blossom.
What about fucking James Brown? I know he's not a staff member.
Who's
but...
going chicken hunting? So, Jarret, James Brown was a homeless man who drank Listerine that we befriended and claimed to be James Brown.
Who the singer and bass player of me and Wolfie's other band at the time picked up at the Pip Shelter and brought him to my welcome home party.
Did he serenade you guys? Or?
Yeah.
There was a chorus of Chicken Hunting by ICP on the way home,
Well, he originally claimed to be Houdini,
That's right.
and then he changed his mind and said he was James Brown.
Which is Houdini
Makes
quote
sense.
was probably the best thing of all time.
What was it?
He sits down and goes, "Thank you for being out of the hospital." And I said, "You're welcome." And he said, "I'm Houdini." I said, "You're Houdini." And he said, "Yup, they chain me up, they throw me over the bridge, and I'd be out before I even get a little wet."
Wow.
And I'm like,
my new best friend.
And the dude was sipping Listerine.
yeah, and I couldn't process it first because I thought he was really trying to tell me he was Houdini the rapper.
And we said mozzarella sticks for this man. Keep him coming.
Houdini with I thought he was telling me legit
Yeah.
he was Houdini with a W.
Give this
God,
man
I'm
a
so
ham
hungry
scram.
now.
That place was fucking
Dude, that's
anarchy.
outrageous.
I used to fucking play the manager for Deli Dingers and chess. If I beat him, he'd let me eat for a week.
Deli
for free.
Dingers?
Yeah.
What's Deli Dingers?
Well, you don't. Oh, yeah, you're too young, I guess.
I don't know what Deli
It was the food of the god. I don't even remember what was on there.
Food
but
of the god.
I remember when we were there, the wait was so long, and Parallax stole the phone.
Yep.
And we walked out.
It was a good night.
I went to IHOP.
I was really worried that we weren't going to be welcome back, but
Deli Dinga.
The old Deli Dingers.
All right. Well, I think that's got to do it.
I remember when Aries
I don't
got
even
a
know
new
what
car,
fucking time it
and the
is.
small Asian man backed up into his brand new car, and he got out of the car and lifted up the fucking guy's car like a Revenge of Nerds movie. The guy was trying to get away, and he had by the bumper. It's fucking
nerds.
That Raven Shadow was with me in the car. We didn't get out. There's no exaggeration. Aries was not fucking happy.
No.
He fucking only tapped it too.
Yeah.
Like Aries had this big fucking monster machine, and this guy in a little fucking Elantra tapped his car, and he went fucking berserk, full Bruce Banner style. Oh, by the way, we watched the end of the podcast, and Aries was not happy that we said that he was Raven Shadow's first kiss. By the way, so he might be waiting outside for some of you guys. It's bad. He kept leaving. Well, Raven Shadow backed me up. Aries kept leaving and coming back to the
Well,
party.
yeah.
So like all of a sudden, like we're watching that, and everybody goes, "Oh, Aries got a tongue." He goes, "What?" I didn't even know he was there. Like just fucking knocked over tables.
You could have been really helpful when I was on the fucking roof.
Yeah.
You know, you could have fucking punched the roof. You could have hit it, and the vibro shock power could have fell down.
No, he would have hit it so hard that thing would have just fell straight down because the bomb would have got pushed back so far.
It's just really, he's leaving, coming back, getting water. The fuck? He could have fucking drove the chain gang home.
It's true.
No, he couldn't have.
That's true.
He would have drove off the.
They never would have came back.
Yeah, he would have drove off a cliff.
We need a new show on the network.
All right, well, we got to end
No,
this.
yeah.
It's fucking 1:30 a.m. Jesus
Fuck it.
Christ.
Let's just fucking
all night.
Yeah, this is fuck it. I'm not going home.
Futz it.
Futz it.
Sleeping on the couch.
Yeah, you got to sleep on the couch anyways. Might as well stay out.
I actually have a new move where I have my
Raven Shadow special.
I leave my bathrobe and my jammy jams behind the bar, so I don't have to go upstairs anymore. I got my headphones down there.
What are your jammy jams?
Oh, I got what today?
Superman pants?
Pajama jams.
It varies. Today is a weird. They look kind of like Nightcrawler's pants from X-Men 2. It's weird.
I can't wear pants when I go to bed.
Well.
Okay. All right. Well,
I'm not saying I don't wear anything.
Why do you hate your girlfriend so bad?
I just can't wear pants.
All right, well, we're not
Prove
smart.
it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not wearing pants right now.
Oh shit! It's got a knee in it.
Weird.
It is all right. We get out of this shit.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ,
Dick pics.
Jarret, thank you so much, man. We're definitely
Thank you
gonna
for
have
having
you
me.
again
We're
because
sorry,
it was a
man.
fucking blast having
Let's
you in
do
here.
this like next week.
All right, let's do it.
Whatever guest next week, let's postpone them and drink another bottle of whiskey. Let's do it. We're gonna review fucking what are
I'm
what
not
are we
sure.
doing?
I was kind of concerned about that, Jarret. How are we getting that?
Yo, 2 weeks from now we're doing Green Room.
There you go.
Oh
Back
man,
here.
yeah.
We're gonna do Green Room.
I'm excited to talk about that. Hopefully, we get a chance. To
I'll
check
be
that
here.
out.
Nice.
I'm inviting myself.
Jarret will be like knocking on the door. I'm here.
Guys, let me in.
Trick or Treat Radio, pick up.
It'd kind of be the other way around. We're like
friends now.
Yeah, it'd be like Jarret, can you come back? Like, no.
Listen, I'll see you guys tomorrow. We're gonna party. Well, we're going to Denny's after this. So.
That's right.
I think let's fucking up the ante. Wow. Yeah, outrageous.
How is your aunt?
Good, you?
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Raven Shadow, any final thoughts?
I'm fucking want more whiskey and hungry like a motherfucker. Let's fucking do it. I'm gonna call
And you
them.
want dick pics.
I don't. Well,
I got you, bro.
yeah, I'm not gonna say no.
Here it comes.
That'd
Here
be
it
outrageous.
comes.
I sent my wife a dick pic. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
No, you did not. No, you did not.
And I was really concerned. A friend of ours who had a similar initial got it instead. And it was that time. And
You probably sent it to her while she was at work, and she was like,
no, she was on vacation, and I did it like I don't know, like a fucking. I don't want to talk about it.
He's
But
bad at technology.
it came close to like, oh, this could have went to somebody's girlfriend that we know, and it was. weird.
or your mom.
No, different initial, but
Okay,
it
good.
just fill in the blank. But it didn't go that way. But it was like, oh fuck. Let me know you got this.
Let me know you got.
It was like me texting
you
you chain
confirm,
gang
please?
voicemail. I was like, you didn't get it yet. Otherwise, I had to fucking do damage control. And I was
Do you know
trying to
that
figure
there's a-
out
There's a Google search here.
what.
I was Google searching that quote that I couldn't place that we always say, and the first thing that came up is, "How is your aunt related to you?"
It's by marriage. Doesn't
How are you
count.
related to your aunt, sister-in-law? That's a little more reasonable, but that first one.
Well,
All right, Jarret. Any chance you come back on the show after this one?
I'll be here tomorrow, man. I'm pumped. This has been fun.
Awesome, man. Well, it was a blast having you on here. No, that's your shout out.
Sorry.
Mars Man.
Yeah.
Why don't you take us out of here?
Madman Mars.
Yes. Even
Even I can play that one.
I used to have that song queued up, but I don't remember what happened with that one.
I don't know.
Dropping the ball.
I know.
Remember, children, wherever you go, there you are.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to episode 195. Once again, for those folks who typically watch it live, we apologize. We'll hopefully have that shit all taken care of next week. We'll be live for 196. Shit, we're getting close to 200.
With Jarret Blinkhorn as a special
With Jarret Blinkhorn.
be outrageous. It's a fucking show.
Jarret will be on episode 195 through 248.
joining the Deadites. Soul tambourine sampler.
Tambourine
We actually
Man.
have someone playing that.
Yo, I got you. I told you I'm replacing it.
Triangle.
A triangle. All right, well, that's going to do it. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, and we will see you all next week.